Path to the midterms runs through 6 more states. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. And in the Wisconsin governor's race, even Thanksgiving has become an issue. Democratic socialist Francesca Hong just telling reporters,
I've cooked many great Thanksgiving dinners. And I'm not going to cancel Thanksgiving.
She has also said she's evolved from some past positions.
Now, even though she's in the lead, the Democratic establishment is not so happy with Francesca Hong. She's too far left for them. So the outgoing governor, Tony Evers, is campaigning with one of her primary opponents, David Crowley.
Fox's Mike Tobin in Milwaukee. On the Republican side, Congressman Tom Tiffany considered the frontrunner. In South Carolina, Republicans will choose a new Senate nominee after the death of Lindsey Graham, whose sister Darlene was appointed to finish the final months of his term.
I want to work hard every single day for the people of South Carolina. That's why I want to do this, not to be a politician, not for self-ambition, not for power. I want to continue helping the people of South Carolina.
Also telling reporters with 9 other candidates in the race, she expects a runoff in 2 weeks. It's also decision day in Alabama, Vermont, Connecticut, and Minnesota, where a Senate race is splitting Democrats.
Congresswoman Angie Craig got a lot of blowback over her vote for the Lincoln-Riley Act 10 months before the feds showed up here in the Twin Cities. She's owned that and said she regrets it. But in a race where a lot of voters say they are looking for change, that could still be a factor.
Fox's Garrett Tenney, but Craig has emphasized electability, hoping to top progressive Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan. The Republican field has 9 contenders. Search and rescue efforts continue in Colombia.
This is the most powerful earthquake to hit Colombia in a decade. The U.S. State Department announcing the Trump administration is committing $15.5 million to Colombia for shelter, food protection, and earthquake assessments.
Fox Noticias anchor Andrea Linares. America is listening to Fox News.
I'm not one to say I told you so, but I switched to Pure Talk over a year ago, and ever since, I've been telling people there's no better wireless company out there. Well, a few months ago, a massive survey was conducted. 123,000 people were asked to rate their wireless carrier in 4 categories: coverage, support, data, and overall value. Well, the results are in. Guess which wireless company was the only wireless company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. 5 stars, every category. To celebrate, Pure Talk is offering the first 3 months of any plan for just $15 a month, including their top-tier unlimited plan. No contract, no commitment, just a very inexpensive way to test drive the only American wireless company with 5 stars in every category. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service will take it from there. Again, pound 250 micro. And yes, I told you so.
Oh, yeah, who you telling I told you so? Sorry, wonderful fellow. Look out. It's only me. It's only the killer. Pete Davis, he's got a birthday balloon party in the background. It's incredible with mountains of macon and the mechanical mangler Flounder at the controls. And it's only Tuesday. No, it's good. That's good. We're having another happy day. It's happiness and goodness. And I don't know whether it's going to be storming out here later, but Braves are back in town. And by the way, I have a Braves. I'm going to have to do a Braves admission, which I don't want to do. But coming up here. Anyway, da-da-da-da-da-da. How you doing, boys? What's going on? Pete Davis, Mountains of Macon. What's happening up there, sir? We can't hear him. The man is down. There we go. Yeah, I'm sorry. What was that?
Go on. Go ahead.
No, I said you were not on, so I didn't hear anything you said. So how you doing? What's going on?
That was my microphone. I hadn't turned it on yet.
Oh, all right, sir. All right, sir.
I finished my rehab.
Well, there you are. So now you're all healthy and everything, huh?
No. But finished my rehab. No more getting up at 5:45 in the morning.
Oh, my. Phil, that's sleeping in for me. I'm already sending stuff to Flounder at 5:45. God.
Oh, yeah.
Well, anyway. That's good. Congratulations. That's good.
Thanks.
So now,
How are you feeling overall?
A lot better. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Now, can you tell, like, your heart rate or resting or issues or anything, differently from before?
I don't sleep as much anymore. I have more energy. I'm still working on the stamina, but I have more energy. Like, I wake up earlier, and once I'm awake, I'm awake. I don't go back to bed. I have fewer naps. So it's weird.
Good. Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Most of my life, it's been pumping about 70%. Now it's into the 90s, and it's weird.
Wow, I remember those days. Of course, about a third of mine is dead, so that's kind of an unfortunate.
How'd that happen? Whose fault is that?
You didn't have a heart attack. You might have had a heart thing.
Speaking of told you so, how many people told you, including me, to get off the floor and go to the hospital?
Well, I know I couldn't help it. I had a heart attack on the Marine Corps birthday. I'm definitely not going to go do something on the Marine Corps birthday, so I just gutted it out. I didn't know what was going on. It didn't feel like a heart attack. I just knew I was in bad shape. And then Sunday, that was on a Sunday. Marine Corps birthday was on a Sunday, and a heart attack on 2013 when I had my heart attack on Marine Corps birthday. And that was on a Sunday, and then Monday was Veterans Day. So I had to go to work to do Veterans Day stuff. I couldn't be a Marine on Veterans Day and just say, I feel good. But I remember laying down on my back in the studio during the breaks.
Oh, in the studio, in the office.
Yeah, I was... The third day I made it to my little friend Gretchen said, I'm taking you to that. So she showed up and dropped me off in North Fulton. And they said, and I said, I don't know what's going on. And they said, you've had a major heart attack, sir. I said, oh, that's bull. And I started yelling at him. I said, that's impossible. I can't have a heart attack. I've been at work 5 days. Remember that? That's when we started our job. I had been on the air. We got hired on November 7th. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then the 12th.
You missed one of the great management meetings of all time.
I'll bet.
It was me and a couple other people and some guy, I don't even remember his name. And the look on their faces was like, oh, crap.
Hell, I was back to work
for
5 days. It was 6, on the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. No, 7th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. No, that can't be right. Sunday, anyway, whatever. Marine Corps birthday was Sunday. And so everything's fine, so as it turned out. But again,
the looks on their faces were classic.
Can you imagine them in the meeting? What the hell? We just hired this guy out of retirement, and he lasted 5 days and had a heart attack. Oh, my God. I guess that's why they were too afraid to actually, check up on me or anything. So that, they didn't want to interfere with anything, To bother see how I was doing. Sorry. Why should they care about that? Succulent. Yeah, of course, they're done now. It's over for them. Everybody's ever worked for them is now fired. Apparently, they're in radio business. It's gone. They're done. It's over.
Did you see that 99X has been cleaned out
dead.
again?
Yeah, they're all gone.
Yeah, the majority of their live on-air talent was let go.
All gone, yeah. Well, they fired bankruptcy.
Crash Clark and Barnes and Leslie.
And then Kristen from the Burt Show, who had an afternoon show on, was it Q100? She was let go after just 6 months.
Yeah. Well,
this is a nationwide thing, too.
Yes, it is. Very much so. Well, again, cell phones, social media, apps and, streaming and cell phones. And, this is, it's a whole different thing. Anyway, and not complaining. I mean, we're still doing our thing. So, we're, hanging in there, baby. Oh, my Lord.
Who to thank for, everybody just got laid off. Just thank Bill Clinton and Michael Powell. And that started the ball rolling.
Now, Michael Powell, I reflect on Michael Powell. Oh, the FCC commissioner.
Made it okay for like 3 companies to buy up every radio station in America.
Yeah.
And then fire all the middle-class jobs.
Well, and actually what happened, in fact, we'll talk about it for a minute here. What happened historically was when everything started changing, when they started hiring people to do the voices of leading into various shows on the radio. So they would hire a guy to do, might be working for 10 or 15 different programs or different shows
all over
all
the news
and they fire all the people.
That one station.
Yeah, all gone. And it was a change in business, and a lot of them had overinvested buying up all the stuff, and then you couldn't keep it going. Well, anyway, there's a lot of reasons that happened for it, but they tried to take advantage of the fact of anybody could do anything and do the job, and got rid of all the people, and they all lost their jobs, and then all of a sudden people said, "Now wait a minute, what the hell's going on here?" So anyway, we're just trying to make people happy. That's all I know. Anyway, boys, back in the saddle again. We got our phone back to our actual phone number is 404-741-12 1230, 741-1230. And we have a game. We have Pete's Tweets. We have Flounder's Funnies. We have more. Boy, we got to talk. A lot of things are still in there on the talk basis, and that's, chicks and basketball and the issue of the white supremacy. More and more people are reacting to it. The guy Tyrus just went on a tirade. I was glad to see, because I had a little problem with him over some issues working with Chinese communists and stuff in various businesses and athletics and stuff. But anyway, he was just on and saying, no, this is just nonsense. It's appalling. We can't be doing this stuff. He actually, as I recall, was writing kind of the writing on the screen, that he believes that the WNBA should be put on its own. Raise your own money. Just, you want to be a league by yourself? Go ahead, do it. Let's do it. And he also said he's glad that Enos Freedman, those guys are doing something about it. He also said their league is, in my opinion, I may have added some words here, that the WNBA is a bunch of racists and divisive haters. And to me, he didn't say this, but I am. Again, I think I think it's really hurting women. I think it's anti-women, and even worse, I think it's anti-sportsmanship. It's just, and again, I have kind of a sexist attitude. It's not the kind of thing we want to do to our women. We don't want our little girls growing up to be like those thugs, especially that punk gangbanger chick with a blonde hair who obviously is culturally appropriating being a blonde girl. Think about, I bull crap on these people. Oh, you're cultural appropriation. Yeah, so are you, honey. You punk. You freaking gangbanger. I'll bet she's a murderer. I'll bet she's a contract killer.
Not a murderer.
Well, maybe not. Maybe just an assaulter. I'll bet she's only hired to shoot people in the leg for her gangland boyfriends or something. I don't know. I'm guessing. I'm just
there are no boyfriends.
Oh well, you can call if a girl wants to feel like she could be called. In that league, who knows? Who knows?
We know about her.
Yeah. Well. Man. Anyway, it just, what a shame. It's just a shame. There's no reason why you should be talking about this as a talk topic.
We should be talking about it because who cares about the WNBA? But it becomes a cultural thing.
All of a sudden.
It's the most worthless league in the history of leagues.
I know. In fact, Bill Burr is one of the famous commissioners. You women didn't watch. You didn't go to those games. You don't give a damn about women's basketball. Nobody did. Hell, they can't even make a freaking layup. Although I've seen a lot of good three-pointers. I
say hundreds and hundreds of people been coming to see them for a quarter century.
Boy, they almost had to wait 12 seconds to find a parking spot. It's an incredible.
And one of the women who actually did care and put her money where her mouth is, the former Georgia senator, they ran her out of the league because she was conservative.
That's right. Yeah, Kelly Long. Kelly.
I don't remember her name.
Anyway, it's all good. All right, anyway, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, how you doing? 404-741-1230. And, we got that Mangione trial jury update, too. That's kind of weird. And a little bit of stuff. And we're going to start with an animal story. I got a couple of animal stories, and we'll start with one coming up. And then the Donald Trump sneaking on the plane thing, and the media's going nuts. Wait, I was looking up what CNN's been saying about Donald Trump sneaking off Air Force One to go to the other Air Force One. Anyway, it's all coming up. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. It's Tuesday on 106.3. How you doing? Look out.
Miss any of the show? No sweat. Grab your Extra 106.3 app and listen to show replays whenever you want. Download the Extra app now for Apple and Android by searching for XTRA 106.3.
Well, we got this kind of hot, muggy, stormy season going on here. That's where Stovall & Company comes in, your third-generation wholesale landscaping supply company. Yeah, they got 11 locations. They're all over the place. Latest one up there in Canton. And, if you builders and contractors, if you're maybe putting in a fireplace or a kitchen by the pool outdoors or something, they can take care of that foundation stuff for you. Sprinkler systems and, irrigation things. And, of course, sod and seeds and plants and trees and flowers. And again, if you need something really special and they don't have it, but they know where else to get it, they'll tell you. StovallInc.com.
Summer is here, and hopefully vacation is on the horizon. Whether the beach or maybe you're more of a mountain person, you've planned and saved in order to take some much-needed time off. You planned your vacation. Shouldn't you plan your retirement? You planned for a week in the sun, but have you planned for decades of golden years? Master Plan Retirement works with you to create a holistic, comprehensive retirement plan in order to offer the one thing your time off needs the most: peace of mind. From income and growth, tax strategy, legacy planning, and more, Master Plan Retirement walks alongside you to help ensure your golden years stay golden. Schedule your complimentary consultation today. Visit masterplanretire.com. Master Plan Retirement Consultants. Plan well and prosper.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
What a season. The boys are giving us plenty to celebrate, but if you've celebrated a little too hard after a win and ended up in jail, you need A Second Chance bail bonds. We handle bonds from the stadium to the city, and in most cases, we can have you or your loved one out in a matter of hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 404-BAIL-OUT. That's 404-BAIL-OUT. Or online at atlbail.com.
This is Tom, the honest car guy, and we got a surprise call in from a customer of ours, Travis, out in Jefferson, Georgia. Travis, good to hear from you, buddy. You want to tell a little bit about the experience you had with me at the honest car guy?
The whole experience, honestly, was one of the smoothest car experiences that we've ever gone through, meaning that there's no pressure. There's no runaround. It's just straight up honest service. The price that you guys present or find for you, that's what you are going to pay. And you just get a great deal. I've been educated to a newer process of the car dealership game. You guys have not come in and you're setting the benchmark for how car dealing and car buying and car selling really should be.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME-1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Hey Atlanta, it's Drake Baldwin here. When I won Rookie of the Year, I thought of everyone who helped me along the way. My friends, my family, and hot showers. That's why when something goes wrong, I call Superior Plumbing. Still locally owned, Superior has been serving Atlanta for over 40 years as the go-to plumber for leak repairs, toilet replacement, and water heater installation. They don't call them the honest one for no reason. Superior's team is my MVP. Remember, there's no job too small.
770-422-PLUM.
Hey, I'm a dog. Every day, I dig. Every day, they fill it back in. It's a whole thing. But then my humans called Accent Fence and had a real fence installed. And now, I can't get out. But in the meantime, the family loves it.
Hi, this is Jared with Accent Fence. Secure your yard with wood, vinyl, composite, aluminum, steel, or chain link fence. And right now, we're making it more affordable with no money down financing. Get your free quote today at 770-995-7463 or book online at accentfence.net.
I want to talk to you about Mercury One and the American Journey experience, what they're doing to try to carry the story of America into the future. You know, during the World Cup, it was inspiring to see people coming here from all over Europe and having their eyes open to the truth about this country. You rarely see that kind of enthusiasm about America from Americans, let alone Europeans. But maybe that's not an accident. Maybe, just maybe, knowledge and understanding about America has been selectively edited out of our education and our lives. And without our history, we have no future. That's why we have to preserve it, like the ancient scriptures preserved for centuries in clay pots. The American Journey experience is seeking to preserve American history for the future, and we're building a museum of over 100,000 artifacts right now, everything from Columbus to the space race, and we need your help to do it. Please join us at AmericanJourneyExperience.com. Become a founding member of our Sacred Honor Society for $17.76 a month. We have been given a great gift. Let's use it. Join us to become an underwriter at AmericanJourneyExperience.com. That's AmericanJourneyExperience.com.
Here we go. Tuesday, 106.3. Kimmer, Peyton, Flounder. And you. And David Bowie. 2022. This is a huge honor for David Bowie on this day 4 years ago. Named Britain's most influential artist of the last 50 years. Wow. It was the Sky Arts list. The most influential artist in 50 years, ability to transcend music, film, and fashion. There were other musicians in that 50 or the list of the most influential artists. The other musicians included Spice Girls, Sir Elton John, Boy George, and somebody called Stormzy. I don't know who that might be, but Britain stuff there. British people are weird anyway, in a happy way, in a good way. I almost had an affair with a British chick. Almost
the key word here.
Almost. Well, she wanted to, but I felt bad because she happened to be married to a very good friend of mine who had been cheating on her. And she wanted to, and she called me and says, I caught him cheating on me, so anything that might happen, kind of one of those kind of things. And she was hot too. I mean, beautiful.
British woman that's hot.
I know. I couldn't.
You did the right thing.
I did the right thing. Would have been wrong.
You did the right thing.
I did the right thing.
We all plead the fifth. Keep moving.
Sorry. I'm a goof. I'm a freaking goof. I'm falling apart, I tell you. I'm falling apart. No. And now, your birthday list. Chris Messina is 52. He's Danny on the Mindy Project. The Mindy Project, that's what Mindy Kaling, I think. Actually, she was a very funny actress and comedian and writer on The Office. That strange girl with the guy that Michael Scott had a crush on, the man crush. And that was his girlfriend, who, kind of a weird girl. Very funny comedic actor and a producer and behind a lot of stuff going on in Hollywood, Mindy Kaling. Anyway, that guy who played her thing, Danny, as Chris Messina, 50, whatever. Okay. And now, this was the day that, that John Lennon had to do a little mea culpa. John Lennon, this day, 1966, apologizes for his comments earlier about Jesus and Christianity and the Beatles. Lennon said, quote, I'm sorry, I said it, really, I never meant it as a lousy anti-religious thing. If I had said television is more popular than Jesus, I might have gotten away with it. Originally, I was pointing out the fact that in reference to England, that we, the Beatles, we meant more to kids than Jesus did, or religion at that time. I wasn't knocking it or putting it down. I was just saying it as a fact. I'm not saying that we're better or greater or comparing us with Jesus Christ as a person or God as a thing or whatever it is. I just said what I said and it was wrong or was taken wrong, and now it's all this. Well, the comments from Lennon, more popular than Jesus, led to protests, public burning of Beatles records and memorabilia, and of course, Mark David Chapman would cite Lennon's comments as one of the reasons he killed John Lennon. But again, I don't know. And I never, it's ridiculous. And again, I never thought it was that. Yeah. Yeah, well,
he meant it. He said some other things too that we don't ever talk about.
Yeah.
He was being a smart ass like he was,
right?
And he called him, and they said after when he found out they were about to cancel the tour over it, he was crying about it.
Yeah.
He said they worked so hard for so many years, and by opening his mouth, he had killed it for all of them.
Yeah. Well, again, everything Beatles was enormous. I mean, I don't think people realize. Again, I was a teenager. I was like 16 or something when the Beatles were invaded America. I was 64, right. And I'm telling you, everything was Beatles. I mean, parents started, singing Beatles. I mean, it was unbelievable trying to relate to the long. And even they were criticized for their long hair. I mean, seriously, ladies and gentlemen, if you're like, 40, Flounder probably has no freaking idea. The Beatles were slammed for their horrible long hair. It was over the collar of their shirt. It was down in the back down here. I mean, God. Anyway, okay, sorry, we'll move on now. Now, we have actually newsy stuff. Donald Trump and the plane thing, I think, is freaking hysterical. I'm going to tell you how CNN reported. I just wrote this down and did a little thing here, and we'll tell you about that. First of all, this is kind of a sports thing, but it's an animal story, so I'm taking charge of it. Pete Davis, if you do it later if you want, and holy crap, it's sports. And by the way, I got a Braves, I got a thing with the Braves I got to admit to you coming up here. But first, this story. Arkansas High School. Maumelle High School, a kid was practicing for about an hour. Football, high school football player, practicing for an hour on the field with the team, and he felt something's going on with his helmet. So he said, something's wrong with his helmet, so he took it off and gave it to the coaches, and that's when they realized in the middle of this kid's helmet, under the padding, was a 2-foot-long cottonmouth snake.
Oh, not just a snake, a cottonmouth.
A cottonmouth. Wasn't a garter snake. It wasn't a rat snake. It was a cottonmouth. The coach said, "Oh my God, shock and disbelief. I got a better shot at winning the lottery than seeing this in my career." The snake found its way under the helmet's padding, hidden from view, and the football player noticed something strange in the headpiece and went to the school. They finally found a tote bag and put the animal helmet in the helmet. I'm sorry. They found a tote bag and put the helmet with the snake inside it in that, and then I guess they put it in water. Let's see. The agency tried to
kill it with fire.
They tried to submerge the helmet in a sink to coax the serpent into coming out and capturing it. What the animal services guy said, "I've taken snakes out of car vents and engines, but never in a helmet." And then guess what? They took pictures showing. No, listen to this. Behind the rattlesnake, the cottonmouth is the second most dangerous, venomous, poisonous snake in the state, and the snake preferring to take shelter in dark, protected spaces when he somehow found his way into that guy's helmet. So guess what they did? They took the snake out to the forest and let it go.
No.
Kill them. There's no reason for poisonous snakes. They don't help anything. They don't help the environment. They don't, you don't need them to kill mice. There's a lot of snakes who'll eat mice. Oh my God. Poisonous snakes do not deserve to live. I'm sorry.
And worse, it's just gotten a taste of hiding in football helmets,
right?
Which means it's not going to stop.
He's coming back. He's coming back. They can smell their own trail.
If it had bitten that kid in the head, the kid probably would have died.
Yeah, very possibly. The second most dangerous poisonous snake, after the rattler.
I stepped on one when I was a kid. I hate them more than any other snake.
I'll tell you.
Despise cottonmouth.
And again, I know. And again, now am I being cruel to say that there's no reason to have poisonous snakes?
We can have all the non-poisonous snakes you want, but get rid of the poisonous snakes. We don't need them.
And again, for the record, if you're not familiar with snakes, which most people don't want to be in the first place, if you ever see a long, skinny black one, it could be 4, 5, 6 feet long. Those are good snakes. Those are rat snakes, snakes that'll eat the poisonous snakes. Yeah. They will eat the poisonous snakes.
Black racers.
I used to go on my horse Jack, the good boy, down in Florida. We'd go right across them on the trails all the time. And even the horses weren't scared. They know them.
They scare the poop out of you when you see them.
Oh, God,
one,
yeah. They're long. They're 5, 6 foot long, black, wiggly.
I told you, like last year, I was carrying the satellite dish back into the house, and I looked out when I closed the door, and I'd walked right past one.
Yeah, there you go. They're good. The long, skinny, black ones, racers, black racers. That's their actual name, the black racer. And milk snakes are also good snakes. But anyway, poisonous snakes.
Poisonous. Not pythons. Not python. You should kill all the pythons too.
Well, again, I don't know if there's any reason to have. Did they do? Really? I don't think anybody knows they do anything. I don't think there's ever anybody in science who says there's a reason to keep poisonous snakes alive on the planet.
They have some kind of niche somewhere, but not in the Everglades. They're killing the Everglades. I need to kill all of them.
Anyway, brutal. All right. Now, real quick, oh my God, I want to get the story before we go into a break here because I think this is freaking hysterical. Donald Trump sneaked off Air Force. By the way, the press says he snuck off there. There's no such word as snuck. It's like Dizzy Dean or Daffy Dean going, he slid into second. He slid in safely to second base. Donald Trump sneaked off Air Force One because there was first of all, he denied everything about there was a threat or whatever. Donald Trump sneaked secretly off of Air Force One into a catering food truck, which was hoisted up to the side of the plane. He got on the plane like normal, said, "Hey, everybody, how you doing?" and walked out the other side into the food truck, hanging from the other side of Air Force One. The White House staff didn't know it, or most of them didn't. Most of the journalists didn't know anything about it. They left to go to the summit in Turkey. In reality, it was a decoy. Donald Trump was traveling in a smaller Air Force plane. They smuggled out of a catering truck, lifted up the door, opposite side, let him in there. Aides went with him, lowered into a truck on the tarmac, driven to the different plane, elevated up again, and allowed Trump and his aides to surreptitiously board the alternate plane. Pete Hegseth was with them, and Donald Trump's second plane that he was actually on arrived 9 minutes before the reporters and the White House staff, and somehow he got off the second plane and got to the actual plane and got on board that again, so they didn't know anything about it because it came off the real Air Force One. I mean, what a stunt to pull off. It was set in motion because of a credible Iranian threat against Donald Trump's life.
Who broke this story?
Washington.
I mean, they could.
Washington Post broke the story. Now, here's check this out. I just checked this a few minutes ago. Got this, but the way CNN has been covering this thing. Why Trump's secret Air Force One switcheroo is problematic. The media's going, no, we didn't know anything about this. Nobody told us about this. We're not important enough to know about the president's threats and stuff. It's notable Trump and the White House kept lying about it even after the danger had passed, CNN says. Bill Clinton used a decoy trip to Pakistan in 2000. More conspicuously branded plane had landed. They were afraid that Clinton's plane might be shot down by Osama bin Laden. But then Clinton got off, disclosed the ruse to the public. In this case, they're saying Donald Trump didn't tell anybody. When Trump was on the new plane, he spoke broadly about the possibility the plane could have failed security concerns, denied there was one. They said, are you saying there was not a concern? He said, no, why would there be? They said, well, is there any other issue? He said, no. When reporters kept, this CNN reporting, when reporters kept pressing on whether there was a threat, Trump repeatedly deflected. I'm number one on their list before you. If I go, you go. The Gang of Eight, the group of congressional leaders, was not briefed on the episode, but noted that movements by the president are not something Congress... Again, CNN now is complaining, well, you should have told the members of Congress about your secret... Oh, yeah, they'll be trusted.
The Democrats.
Yeah. I mean, the Gang of Eight. We'll be sure to trust all the congressmen, but not telling anybody that there may be a death threat against assassination against a freaking president. And so we're not commenting on the Gang of Eight or anything else. Left many people, reporters and officials on Legacy Air Force One, unwitting and unknowing decoys, very much in the line of fire. Why were reporters not informed? Was there any alternative to allow them out to fly on the plane? How about information to be shared on an embargoed basis, which means we can't publish it? My ass! You can't be trusted? I mean, this is freaking hysterical.
The most I want to see him dead.
This is freaking hysterical. I've never questions from CNN today about whether the administration put reporters and staff at risk. Oh my God! Oh my God!
Who cares? The president's the most important, and they shouldn't have reported it. In the old days, they would not have reported it to keep the president safe. They're openly trying to kill him, the national media.
Well, they kept going with the whole thing. Every time they said Donald Trump's a Nazi and a threat to the democracy, and they showed Joe Biden said we're all enemies of the everything on. That was their fault. They were calling for it.
Media to be standing next to him or riding in the same plane after you called him a Nazi.
Yeah. I mean, it's just appalling. I mean, this is our country, and now we got the primaries today. We'll talk about that.
By the way, snuck is a real and widely accepted word. It functions as the past tense and past participle of the verb sneak.
Yeah, I know.
Largely replacing the traditional sneak in casual American and Canadian English.
Yeah, casual, colloquial.
Merriam-Webster.
Yeah.
It says right here, it is considered standard now. It's very common.
Yeah, see, there we go. The downfall of America.
Charlie just called in, and he was going to get on. He hung up, but he said, I snuck out of my house.
Okay, fine. Snuck it is. Who am I?
Snucker.
Look out. Give her Pete and Flounder on 106.3. Good grief, I love it.
The Kimmer Show is live until 6 p.m. and Extra 106.3 has the rest of your night covered with Jesse Kelly up next. Fox Across America with Jimmy Fela at 9 p.m. and The Guy Benson Show at midnight. All live on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
With all the rain we've had lately, excess moisture can build up in your home, leaving it feeling sticky and muggy, even when your air conditioner's running. That's why Central Heating and Air Conditioning recommends Whole House Dehumidifier. It works with your HVAC system to remove excess moisture throughout your home, helping improve comfort, reduce musty odors, and create a healthier indoor environment. And if it's time for a new system, now's a great time to upgrade. Qualified homeowners can receive up to $2,700 in carrier rebates and up to 60 months
months of 0% financing with approved credit. Since 1947, Georgia families have trusted Central Heating and Air Conditioning for dependable comfort. Call 770-GET-HEAT. That's 770-GET-HEAT. Or go to centralheat.com. Turn to your Atlanta Carrier experts at Central Heating and Air Conditioning, delivering Carrier comfort for the world we share.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Here today with Evan Ward, host of North Georgia's Retirement Game Plan. And Evan, we're told to enjoy retirement, but frugal investors often worry about overspending and running out of money. So when it comes to your clients, how can you help ease some of those worries?
Well, it starts with income planning. And, here's one of the most common mistakes. It's almost every single person when we first meet with them, they have no income plan. Mm-hmm. They have a thought, they have a hope, they have hey, if we make enough money, we'll be able, hopefully, to make this money last, but there's no plan. And so we build comprehensive income plan that we know this is how we're exactly going to pay your bills in retirement. And more so because, look, retiring isn't about, well, I've got enough to survive. It's about enjoying life. You didn't work 30, 40 years of your life to get by in retirement. You did it to enjoy the things that you've always wanted to do. And so we're going to build a second component that covers that quality of life that every month, every year, regardless of what's happening with the market, regardless of what's happening in your life, this money's coming in like clockwork. And you never have to worry about it. You never have to stress about it. You're going to be able to keep the lights on and enjoy the kind of lifestyle that you're looking for.
The name of the show is North Georgia's Retirement Game Plan. And Evan, you say it all the time on the show, a play is not a plan. You've got to have that comprehensive game plan when it comes to your retirement.
You've got to. It's the only way to, one, make sure it's going to work, and two, make sure it's going to work efficiently.
If you'd like to schedule that complimentary retirement income review, call Evan Ward and his team with Atlas Retirement. That number is 678-736-7799. Again, it's 678-736-7799. Or you can always reach them at the website. It's atlasretirement.net. That's atlasretirement.net. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
Your yard. It stresses you out between the watering, the seeding, the weeding, and mowing. And no matter what you do, you're never satisfied. Have you thought about artificial turf? It's low maintenance, it's pet friendly, and it looks amazing all year round. Those in the know use ATL Turf Go. ATL Turf Go is Atlanta's top choice for artificial grass installation. Let them build you a backyard of your dreams with a custom golf or putting green, outdoor kitchen or pool deck. They even specialize in custom concrete and stonework. They handle everything from design and grading to construction and drainage solutions. So whether it's residential lawns or recreational sports fields, ATL Turf Go can build you a stress-free space you'll love. So say goodbye to mowing, maintenance, and your wasted weekends. Learn more and schedule your free in-home consultation today. Call ATL Turf Go, 678-403-2339. That's 678-403-2339. Or visit atlturfco.com.
Atlanta's Mark from the Safe House. Have a question. Am I the only person who thinks communist Democrats have lost their minds? Yes, communist Democrats coming to a city near you. Democrats have abandoned law-abiding citizens, shut the front door, and I thought fake safes were bad, much less fake Americans, communist Democrats. So drop by Atlanta Safe House and secure your valuables from the bad guys. We carry true American brands like Browning and Fort Knox. And remember, we don't use crackheads or illegals to deliver our safes. So go to AtlantaSafehouse.com. That's AtlantaSafehouse.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
The Morning Extra, every weekday on your drive to work.
There isn't one state, and there's not one demographic. It doesn't matter if you're black, Hispanic, white, Asian. Every single demographic thinks that the Save America Act is a good thing. Every single state, even the liberal states, thinks the Save America Act is a good thing. So let's not pretend like it's not a very good thing for America and a very popular thing for America. So that what they're really fighting on is just like they did with transgenders, just like they did with men competing in women's sports, just like they've done with so many things in education, energy, the unpopular things that, once again, make them the king of the ashes.
Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station is Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra 106.3 app.
Well, when you put it that way, it's the Go-Go's. Look out. We're supposed to start singing now, girls. 2011, Go-Go's got a star on the Walk of Fame. The Go-Go's. Yeah. The Go-Go's got star number 2,444 on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. It was located where the legendary punk club The Mask used to stand. The Go-Go's used to play that club quite a bit in their early years. They got the star this day 2011. The Go-Go's rose to fame early in the 80s, were the first and to date the only all-female band that both wrote their own songs and played their own instruments, topping the Billboard album charts, which is pretty impressive. I'm kind of surprised. Of course, there aren't that many all-girl bands, but I guess. But
Bangles, the Runaways.
What's that? Spice Girls, stuff like that.
But they're not a rock band. They're not a band.
Well, you would call the Spice Girls a rock band, wouldn't you?
No.
What are you talking about, huh?
They're pop singers. They're not a rock band in any way, shape, or form.
Well,
None
pop
of them
is
play
rock.
Instruments.
Pop rock and
No,
pop
it's
rock.
not.
Oh my God, pop
Okay.
is rock.
Metallica is the same as K-pop then.
Well, Metallica's not rock. Metallica's heavy metal. That's not rock.
Well, apparently so is Jethro Tull. So,
yeah, according to the Grammys.
Well, see, I can't even have it. There's no way I can even talk about this. All I know is
you start this. You're going to be ganged up on. You know that.
I know it. And it's never going to change. I can't help it. I know what I know, and I like what I like. Yeah, I could be on the Supreme Court. I know porn when I see it. I know smut when I'm looking at it. Unfortunately, I can't even get on Pornhub anymore. It's a disgrace in this guy.
You know what? You have to try and snuck on.
I wouldn't even know. I'd get caught or do something bad, and all of a sudden my name would be on a billboard or something. I wouldn't even want to try.
Your name has already been on the billboard.
Seriously. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. All right, look out. Timber P and Flounder, how you doing? Our birthday, this is cool. Again, I do my own birthdays at night or in the morning, and Flounder also prints one up for me from, I don't know where, one of his sources. And here's what the Flounder source says about today's birthday of Joe Rogan. Okay, now, when I say Joe Rogan's birthday, Joe Rogan is 59. In your head, you're all, I assume, thinking... most people probably know who Joe Rogan is, about various things about Joe Rogan. Here's what this guy wrote about Joe Rogan, 59. Controversial comedian whose podcast cost Spotify users access to Neil Young and Joni Mitchell music.
Oh,
That's what it says. Are you serious? That's what this guy wrote about Joe Rogan. That's how he describes Joe Rogan, comedian who cost the people at Spotify to listen to Neil. By the way, I did not know. I either didn't know or forgot or didn't recognize him. Joe Rogan was on News Radio, the TV show, for years. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't remember his character.
he was with Andy Dick and the rest of the guys.
I remember Andy Dick and the famous guy and that little hottie girl that I liked, that little chickie girl. What was her name? I loved her.
John Lovitz was on there. And Phil Hartman was on there.
Phil Hartman. And who was that little girl? Who was that cutie girl? Oh, come on, you're killing me here. Famous girl. She was.
Not that famous.
Didn't she do the Hurricane Hunter or one of those? Wasn't Holly? No, I don't remember what it was. I'll look it up. Anyway, Joe Rogan, 59. Okay, there you go. Yada-da. Now, our history list includes a little something I can relate to. In fact, I have this on my DVR at home in the library. On this day in 1973. American Graffiti.
Vicky Lewis.
Vicky. Oh, no. That was that kinky redhead. That's not it.
Maury.
Maureen Tierney. Maury Tierney or something like that.
Yeah.
Maura Tierney. Maura Tierney. Yeah, I always thought she was a cutie.
She's cute.
Yeah, she's very cute. A cute little chick.
And Moose, wasn't she in that Ray Romano Welcome to Mooseport
I think
movie?
so. Yeah.
Which
she was in a lot of.
It was just a funny movie. Gene Hackman.
Yeah. She was in a lot of things like that. Very cute girl. Anyway, 1973, American Graffiti, George Lucas's low-budget, semi-autobiographical story of coming to age in the early 1960s. The Lucas American Graffiti movie had a budget of $777,000 and became one of the most profitable films of all time. Richard Dreyfuss, Ron Howard, Harrison Ford, Cindy Williams, Mackenzie Phillips, Suzanne Summers and that little white T-bird, Wolfman Jack. Wolfman Jack! American Graffiti. And what a great movie. Just a great movie. And thank goodness it made all that money. By the way, I was listening, speaking of things back in the 60s and early days, I was listening to, as I always do in the morning show today, and they were talking with Bryce about old-fashioned radio doing swap shops or the trading post. And Bryce had no idea what they were talking about. And so they actually were looking up Georgia radio stations that still today do a swap shop radio show. And I used to do one. I started radio in 1965. And we had a radio station that did that show. And a guy calls in and by the way, here's the funny part about that. A guy would call in and say, yeah, I got this Briggs & Stratton 2-cycle lawnmower, reel-to-reel lawnmower, and what I'm really looking for is some storm doors or something like that. And he would give his home phone number on the radio. And people would call him, or they would call the radio station and say, "Yeah, hey, here's the thing. Get me in touch with that." I mean, it was unbelievable. I mean, it was just, I got this for you, and everybody would make deals with each other. It was, I don't know how they...
We could do that again. Let's give out your phone number and have them call you.
Yeah, that'll be a good idea. And my coordinates, my route home.
Now it's Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
Who needs radio?
Unbelievable. Anyway, let's see. A couple quick things here. I'm already late for a break, but we were late for the early break, so we'll make up for it here. And Flounder's working on the phones in this, so here we go. Now, the Fauci thing. Fauci lied. He kept things secret. He's been caught, and Meghan McCain is on the warpath. Meghan McCain had a miscarriage, and she says, here we go, Fauci just got caught lying about the dangers to women taking the COVID shots. If they took the second one in the first trimester of being pregnant, they could lose a baby. And Meghan McCain lost her baby, had a miscarriage. She said, put Fauci in jail. I'm a woman who was pregnant, had a miscarriage during COVID. She has 3 kids with her journalist, Ben Dominic. He's a guy on Fox all the time. I didn't know he was married to Meghan McCain. I said, Ben Dominic, see him all the time. Anyway, a billionaire named Bill Ackman said his wife lost 7 pregnancies during the pandemic. We wanted to have a second child, and time ran out. What was he thinking? And by the way, Fauci was saying, asking people, saying, I asked around a bit, issue came up, be aware of, people have significant storms of cytokines or some, I'm not sure what they call it, and they have fever after the second dose, could be associated with miscarriage in the first trimester. That's what Fauci wrote to somebody at the CDC in Atlanta. Flounder, play the Flounder, when he comes, play the soundbite of what Fauci was saying publicly about the danger to women taking the COVID in their miscarriages.
Hold on here 1 second.
Yeah, quick little soundbite from Fauci, what he said publicly, so you wouldn't be afraid of getting the shot.
It is right.
And here's the way he put it. Right here, putting it out loud with computers helping.
Approximately 20,000 pregnant women have been vaccinated with no red flags, as we say, and this is being monitored by the CDC and the FDA.
Dr. Fauci. Everything's fine.
Lying.
Yeah.
Lying.
They said no indication whatsoever there's any increase in any adverse issues in a pregnant woman that's been vaccinated compared to a pregnant woman who wasn't vaccinated. And even one of his aides said, I'm surprised to see the World Health Organization said they don't recommend modern devices or the medicine in pregnant women. Mm-mm. And by the way, Fauci's phone that had 34,000 texts and 522 voicemails only has 3 contacts listed. And the Republican senators who released this saying, I wonder whether everything's been deleted. He only has 3 people listed in that government phone with 34,000 text messages and 522 voicemails, and there's only 3 names.
Isn't it on the server somewhere if it's a government phone?
And by the way, how could he say things like that out loud if it wasn't true about pregnant women? I mean, babies.
Because he's an evil son of a bitch.
It's just, it's horrible. It's horrifying. Anyway, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. Okay, we got news, we got stuff, we got things, we got tweets, we got a game, we got Flounder's Funnies, and it's all coming your way right until 6.
Safe streets in Atlanta shouldn't be a luxury, but it's your vote that will make the difference. Real talk about real neighborhoods without the excuses. Only on Atlanta's conservative voice. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra 106.3 app.
America! Chuck, yeah! Chuck and Shack Oyster Bar is celebrating the red, white, and blues all summer long with our America 250 summer menu. We're talking Cyclone char-grilled oysters, Route 66 smash burgers, crab meat boardwalk fries, and USA-inspired cocktails. Raise a glass and cheers to 250 years of the U.S. of A. at Chuck and Shack Oyster Bar. Locally owned in downtown Alpharetta and Cumming, across from the collection. Find your location and details at theshuckandshack.com.
Anyone can choose to make a difference. You can help people succeed, rebuild after disasters, protect the environment, or feed the hungry. Not only will you make a difference for others, but for yourself. You can earn money for college, learn career skills, and make friendships that last a lifetime. Make a difference. Choose your future. Choose AmeriCorps.
Sponsored by AmeriCorps.
Hey, it's a Kimmer. You know, if you've listened to me for any length of time, you've heard me talk about my friend Jeff Shea at Peach State Windows. And there's a reason for that, of course. I've known Jeff for years and years. I've seen how they run their business. I've seen the homes they've transformed. And after more than 50 years serving Georgia homeowners, Peach State has earned the trust that they have. Jeff understands something very important. Most homeowners don't want a different house. They want maybe a better version of the home they already have. Well, that's where Peach State shines. Better performance, better energy efficiency, better comfort. Right now, 8 premium double-hung vinyl replacement windows installed for just $3,995. That's 8 windows installed for under $4,000. Plus, you'll get a lifetime warranty and 0% financing for 12 months. You can see their work at peachstatewindows.com. peachstatewindows.com. 770-485-8011. Peach State Windows, trusted by Georgia homeowners for generations.
Gentlemen, listen up. When it's not hard, it's really hard. Did you know that 50% of men over 50 have some form of ED? It's true, and I'm one of them. ED followed me everywhere. Heck, even my initials are ED. I'm Dr. Eric Deal from Total Body Therapy of Georgia, and I know ED. It can lead to feelings of embarrassment, stress, and sadness. But there's good news. I can fix it. I fixed mine, and I can fix yours too. At Total Body Therapy of Georgia, we are experts in the P-shot, testosterone replacement, regenerative therapy, trimix to create an erection, and more. Guys, ED won't get better on its own, but I can help you today. Call us at 404-777-1911. That's 404-777-1911, or learn about us more online at tbtofga.com. So take it from me, ED, Dr. Eric Deal at Total Body Therapy of Georgia. Call 404-777-1911 or online at tbtofga.com.
Boy, did she get a whole bunch of publicity about this song. Do you remember when this song came out? Madonna gave birth to a baby boy, Rocco Ritchie, at the Cedars-Sinai Hospital on this day in 2000. Rocco has now built up a career as an artist under the pseudonym Red, R-H-E-D, he spells it, preferring to do recognition for his work on his own name, different name and not his parents, Madonna. Anyway, remember the song, I'm Keeping My Baby? And people were somehow outraged. I mean, they went nuts when Madonna came, but don't preach. I'm in trouble and I'm keeping my baby. I mean, and it was a whole thing. Unbelievable. Times have changed. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, and our birthday list includes Viola Davis. Viola Davis is 61. Amanda Waller in the Suicide Squad movies. Annalise Keating on How to Get Away with Murder. She was in The Help. Also, Frances, well known for that. Viola Davis also, I did mention it on this birthday list, but Viola, I looked it up myself. Viola Davis is one of the very few members of the world who got an EGOT. She won an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. And very few people can say that. Viola Davis, 61 years old today. And on this day in history, 1993, speaking of the Democrat Party, President Bill Clinton in 1993 nominates Army General John Shaliskashvili to be chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. His father, Dmitry Shaliskashvili, was an officer in the Nazi military in World War II. But again, hell, the modern day Democrats are pretty much the Nazis of old. And boy, a lot going on. And speaking of the old Democrat Party,
he butchered his way his name 3 ways to Sunday on that.
Shaviskafalavili.
I used to know what it.
I used to remember it won't come out.
I have no clue now. Listening to you,
I swear to God, it won't come out.
Shalikashvili.
That's something like that.
Yeah,
very close. Very close. Oh mercy! All right. By the way, speaking of that. I'm talking about politics, and again, this is astounding to me. I got to find my little thing here. I just did this on my phone. Here we go. This is astounding to me. Have you noticed more and more that Hunter Biden is trying to be rehabilitated? More and more and more. Almost every day, there's some news source who is glorifying Hunter Biden and his crime-ridden family. The latest, ABC and the BBC. He was on CBS. He was on, who's the guy, the bow tie guy turned on Donald Trump. Fox fired him. Used to have the bow tie. He used to have the bow tie, and then he did the podcast. They fired him. Oh, God, well, it's not coming out.
Tucker Carlson.
My God, man. Anyway.
Well,
so Hunter Biden is now talking about his father's very debilitating battle with cancer. He said he's still doing his thing. It hasn't stopped him. But Hunter says the cancer has spread. It's metastasized into his bones. It's very painful. It's very debilitating in many respects. But he's still out there, still doing his thing. We got to get back in the fight again. As long as he's alive, I promise you he's going to continue to fight. He said, when we ran in 2020, 81 million people, more people than have ever voted for another person for president in the history of the country, came out and decided they were going to return things to normalcy.
Yeah.
Well, oh my God.
Deep state corruption.
Hunter said his father is the rock in the family. Yeah, duh. How about 10% to number one of the big guy? He's been there for each one. And this is really criminal. Quote, he has been there for each one of us in a way that is hard for me to even possibly articulate and explain. And whatever you think about his politics or the decisions that he made, I can tell you this. He's the best father, the best husband, the best grandfather of anyone that I've ever read about, heard about, or even seen in a movie. Hunter Biden about his father, who, by the way, ignored little Navy, the little girl that he had out of wedlock. They didn't have a stocking for her on the mantle at Christmas time. They had one for the dog. What a scumbag family is praising his father. As you know, for all the things he's done, the people loved him so much, and he's still fighting despite the horrible, painful cancer. I'm sorry he's got cancer. I wish he'd live another 20 years so we can keep mocking him and eventually somehow go to prison. He deserves to be in prison. What he did to this country, Joe Biden is the biggest drug dealer this country's ever had. He's a blackmailer. He's an extortionist. He destroyed the American respect for the First Amendment and the Department of Justice single-handedly. I mean, in fact, even Joe Manchin now has come out either today and said we need a litmus test for the Democrat Party. They're going nuts. Everybody's going crazy. And even Hillary's old age is coming. We'll do all that stuff coming up here. And don't worry. We're also doing the women's basketball thing coming up here as well, too. Donald Trump gets that Marine back home. All that stuff's coming up. And Massachusetts now said, abortion anytime you want, ladies, right up until the first breath. Hey, Flounder, how about a little Flounder's funny? Here we go, a little something.
It's nice that we don't fight because growing up, my parents used to fight all the time. Is it me or did your parents save the really good fights for when your friend was over for the first time? No friend in the house, normal fight, friend in the house. My dad was like, I'll burn this house down. I'll burn it down with Pete's weird friend in it. I don't give a I don't like how he looks at the cat. It's not natural. God, he sucks. He sucks so bad. My dad, he lives in Florida now. Yeah, that's where bad dads retire. They know instinctively. They're like salmon. They know exactly which way to go. All of Florida is just bad dads showing each other pictures of kids that do not talk to them.
Mr. Peter Ravello.
Peter Ravella. I had
a couple friends in the neighborhood when I had a sleepover. I went over there and some sometimes the parents would get into pretty burly arguments and be like, holy cow.
I think we've all been there when you can tell something's amiss. But and maybe the kid doesn't want to talk about it. Oh, mercy. Anyway, look out. It's only us. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 106.3. Braves back in town. And I got a Braves admission to make to you. It's all coming up. Holy crap, it's sports. We got tweets. We got game. We got it all. Yeah, look out.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
He's heading home with a long way to go. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. Marine veteran Robert Gilman, released earlier today by Russia, was held for more than 4 years in a Russian prison where advocates say he was mistreated.
Physical torture to forced medication and provocations.
Democratic Senator Ed Markey of Massachusetts, where Gilman is from, his sister crediting Markey and President Trump with winning his release. The president posting that he had spoken personally with President Putin about the case and that the Russians did not ask for anyone in return. Also posting earlier today that he had spoken with Gilman. The U.S. considered Gilman wrongfully detained on disputed charges. He'll be evaluated and treated at a military hospital in Texas. The U.S. military just confirming it fired on a Panamanian-flagged ship in the Gulf of Oman as it tried to evade the U.S. blockade of Iranian ports. Central Command says an American helicopter fired missiles into the engine room, disabling that ship after it ignored warnings to stop earlier today. Swift boat water rescues underway in parts of Ohio, where Governor Mike DeWine has declared an emergency in counties east of Columbus because of flash flooding, now blamed for at least one death. And with a continued storm threat, he's activating the National Guard.
The flooding concerns will only get worse, we believe. So, they will be ready to be deployed.
The governor urging people to pay attention, with downed trees and power lines also a hazard. Firefighters from Mexico heading to Western Canada to help fight a wildfire that's killed one 80-year-old woman and forced 20,000 people to evacuate. Another 10,000 told to be ready to leave. One official with the British Columbia Wildfire Service says crews are working around the clock to establish control lines. Back-to-back losses on Wall Street. The Dow down 184 at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
I'm not one to say I told you so, but I switched to Pure Talk over a year ago, and ever since, I've been telling people there's no better wireless company out there. Well, a few months ago, a massive survey was conducted. 123,000 people were asked to rate their wireless carrier in 4 categories: coverage, support, data, and overall value. Well, the results are in. Guess which wireless company was the only wireless company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. 5 stars, every category. To celebrate, Pure Talk is offering the first 3 months of any plan for just $15 a month, including their top-tier unlimited plan. No contract, no commitment, just a very inexpensive way to test drive the only American wireless company with 5 stars in every category. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service will take it from there. Again, pound 250 micro. And yes, I told you so.
All right, here we go. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 106.3. Little Duran for me there. By the way, a hell of a story of a rescue on this day with Duran, 1985, Simon LeBon. Simon from Duran was airlifted to safety when his sailboat called Drum overturned while he was racing off the English coast. Simon LeBon was trapped in an air pocket under the hull with 5 other crew members. Can you imagine? The boat flipped. They're under the boat in the water, breathing in an air pocket. They were rescued by the Royal Navy, and a petty officer air crewman named Lawrence Slater was awarded the George Medal for his bravery in rescuing the people stranded on the boat in an air pocket underneath the overturned sailboat in the ocean. Holy moly, 1985. Man, I remember boat time. Yeah, that's good. I hold everything. We got the birthday list here. How about Anna Gunn? Anna Gunn is 58. She was Walter White's wife, Skyler, on Breaking Bad, and also Seth's wife, Martha Bullock, on Deadwood. But Walter White's wife, Skyler, I didn't like that role. I didn't like her role there at the end. She really grated me. She's a good actress, but I didn't like, what happened when she's cheating on him and then, didn't appreciate things. And, he was doing stuff for you. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to yell at you. He bought you 3 houses. Oh, sorry. Now, let's see. On this day in history, 1942, on this day, World War II, there was a patent issued for a radio-controlled torpedo guidance system. That radio-controlled torpedo guidance system would be the breakthrough, playing a key role in today's wireless technology. The people who got the patent for inventing the radio-controlled torpedo guidance for World War II for our Navy were an avant-garde music composer named George Antheil and movie actress Hedy Lamarr.
That's Headley.
Hedy Lamarr, the famous silent screen.
Beautiful.
God.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
woman.
she was stunning.
Smart.
They invented the radio-controlled torpedo guidance system.
Yeah.
And Hollywood actress and a musician, a composer. And, my God, torpedo controlled, pretty important in World War II. I mean, what a story. It's just every year when this comes up, I go, holy moly.
Her whole life story is amazing.
Yeah.
It really is.
And by the way, a lot of those actresses, in particular, World War II, they went above and beyond and in secret and were spies and, message passing, helpers. Really an amazing story. For the record. All right, Kim, Pete, and Flounder. Our numbers, we got our number back. 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And this freaking Hunter Biden thing, I mentioned earlier, told you a story about how CNN's covering the incredible maneuver to get Donald Trump sneaking out of Air Force One into a food cart and then getting into a different plane to be able to go to Turkey for the meeting. Anyway, and how the media's all, CNN was all ticked off about it. And again, this freaking Hunter Biden is now making a rehab tour of some kind, and the media's loving it. He can't get enough great coverage of him talking about how wonderful his father was and how more people never voted for him, and now he's suffering from the terrible cancer spreading into his bones, but he's still fighting for America to get rid of that Donald Trump administration to show the people back to normalcy. Kind of you dirty, rotten snake. The whole freaking family. Dirty, rotten snakes. Criminals. What they did to this country, and that wife is behind it all. The enabling queen, the cuckold queen, she's behind all of it. She encouraged him to do this. She made him do this. She wanted him to do this. She ran everything. She ran the freaking meeting, what do you call the cabinet meetings. Unfreaking believable. And then even, I mentioned the same the other day, we didn't do much justice to it, a guy named Julian Epstein. Julian Epstein was the legal counsel for the House Democrats when they impeached Bill Clinton. He also worked for Hillary's presidential campaign. He was supporting the Democrats from way, way, way back. Julian Epstein. He made waves now saying he's voting for Republican Mike Rogers over that Abdul El-Sayed guy in the Michigan Senate race. He said, if you rely on SUX News, MS Now News, you're basically illiterate and uninformed about what's going on. Same thing for CNN, maybe a less basis. We're in a civil war now about the Democrat Party. The media's missing it. They're missing the nature of the extremism that is happening with the left. They're missing the bigotry that is emerging on the left. We've seen critical race basically a permission slip for more bigotries, to divide, tell people the most important thing about them is race, and then start building public policy around that. That's critical race theory. And now they've embraced Islamic extremism, one step further into sectarian set of beliefs, and the media's not covering that. They should be covering that. The heads would be exploding exploding. Here's the point. Their media's heads would be collectively exploding if a KKK movement took hold in the Republican Party the same way Hamas-aligned supporters have been taking hold among the Democrats. But you see the most racist, ethno-supremacist movement on the planet, which is the Iranian axis, including Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, and they don't want peace. They have one goal, the 7th century caliphate. Through slaughtering, the massacre of Jews first, and then the slaughtering or forced conversion of Christians after that. It's the closest thing to a modern-day Hitler, and the Democrat Party is aligning with it, and the media's not doing a damn thing about it. The Democrat Party's a road to Damascus. The party does not have a moral center. And again, the media could have stopped this from the beginning. How is it possible that the media is not going after people like Hunter Biden? The story about Hunter Biden should be, oh my God, this guy still thinks he has a place in America, instead of lauding him.
But not Hunter. This finally seems some Jewish leaders are waking up. Well, this is an existential crisis if the Democrats get taken over by Hamas lovers.
Yeah. And again, how is the media not doing the story of what they're... again, every time they talk about one of these candidates, they should be listing of what their goals are. Yeah. Literally emptying the prisons. They don't want prisons. They don't want police. They want some kind of socializing group to handle people who get out of control. I mean, oh my God. I mean, seriously. They want to open the borders, nationalize everybody who's come here, give them ability to vote. So, I mean, get rid of the Senate, get rid of the Supreme Court. They're eliminating the 3 of the most important parts of the Constitution. They want to have a president picked by their council. They want to have a Congress, no Senate, no president, and this Congress would pick someone to be their leader, much like a king. I thought they didn't want kings who had no power, but they had a titular head.
Well, here's a question I'd ask them. If these are your goals, if one actually admits it, how do you do this peacefully? Do you really expect
you can't.
That people, that 90 to 100 million people who are heavily armed are going to stand by and let you rip up the Constitution?
Yeah. And again, it's starting from below and bubbling up, and they're still allowing it to bubble up. I mean, and by the way, now the Democrats, there was a meeting on the CNN last night, I don't have the guy's full name, but the CNN last night went scorched earth because conservatives are actually using this El Sayed guy's full name. And it's full, and much like Barack Hussein Obama. Remember what happened the first time somebody out loud, like when he was swearing? Oh my God! Remember when they swore him in as president the first time, and the Supreme Court justice said, "I repeat after me, I Barack Hussein Obama." And people are, Hussein? That's his middle name is Hussein? Well, this guy Saeed, his first name is something Abdullah, and then another Badullah Wallababa, and then Al Saeed or something. And last night, the members of CNN's panel said, "You racist Republicans are slandering him you're hating Muslims now by using the man's name." They're hating Muslims because they used his name.
Can't even use his name now. You won't be able to look at him.
Oh my God! I mean, seriously, what's wrong with this country? I mean, every example of what the media's done or failed to do is astounding.
Well, they're getting their marching orders from above. Obviously, the people running these news organizations have told them to be nice to.
How could you live with yourself? I honestly don't. I don't get it. I don't know how you could do it. How could you not? How could you look at your children and see what's going on with the women's issues in sports and race and bullying and girls' sports and the fact about the media and what's happening with our politics and the Democrat Party explode? Oh my! I mean, it's just it's heartbreaking. I'm really, looking back, it's heartbreaking from my low-timer perspective.
Reassured if the Republican wins in Michigan, if this crazy Muslim commie wins in Michigan, then you need to put a fence around the place.
Yeah. And Wisconsin, that hung chick who hates Thanksgiving, is racist. I mean, oh my, there's two. Those
I don't see her winning.
I can't imagine she's going to win. All right, hold everything. Kipper, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? Braves in town. People are piling in there to look at the ball game. How you doing there, honey? Good to see you. She got her Frank Core jersey on and everything. There you go. How you doing, baby? Good to see you. Look out, here we go. What a look out.
It's time for the Bortz Report, exclusively on Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, Extra 106.3.
This commentary brought to you by the middle of nowhere. I'm at a truck stop for the night. It could be in Colorado. I don't know. It could be in Kansas. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure what time it is. But here we go. Once again, Donald Trump manages to show his ass in front of the entire world. He posts somewhere, Truth Social or whatever, a picture of him next to Melania. We all know who the star of that picture is. And this Abdu El-Sayed, or whatever his name is, the Muslim candidate for Senate in Michigan. And Sayed's wife in her hijab, which is what El-Sayed would want every woman in America to have to wear if only the Muslims had control. Anyway, Trump is trying to show how much more special an American couple with a stunning wife is than this Muslim with his wife with her head all wrapped up like a burrito. Tacky, childish, immature, name it what you will. I've said before, and I'm sure El-Sayed agrees with this. When you're married to the love of your life, when you look at her, she is, to you, the most beautiful woman in the world. Melania? Okay, she's nice, but she wouldn't hold a candle to my wife in my eyes. I know this isn't one of the great meaningful events of the decade, but I was just so outraged, was going to use the P word, when Trump showed this picture, essentially bragging about, my wife is prettier than your wife. What a child. And again, I say, I like what he does, but I do not like what he is. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
You know, you longtime listeners, and you know who you are, listen to me for any length of time. You've heard me talk about my friend Jeff Shea at Peach State Windows. Well, there's a good reason because, like 25 years ago when I first worked with him, you can count on people for that long a time. And when we came back on the radio, it's good to know that he's still there helping folks. I know how he runs his business. I've seen the homes he's transformed after something like 50 years in total. It's unbelievable. And Jeff knows something important. Most homeowners don't really want a different house. He just maybe upgrade what they have right now, the home they already love. Peach State Windows, here we go. How about the energy efficient, better comfort? And right now, here's the deal. 8 premium double hung vinyl replacement windows installed for only $3,995. 8 of them installed for under $4,000. And you get, of course, a lifetime warranty, 0% financing for 12 months. Look them up on the web. See what they can do for you. PeachStateWindows.com. Here's the number, 770-485-8011. Trusted for decades and generations. PeachStateWindows.com.
Hey, what's up? It's Drake Baldwin here to talk about my personal Rookie of the Year, Superior Plumbing. They say you can't be Rookie of the Year more than once, but Superior has been proving themselves for over 40 years as the GOAT of plumbing. Whenever I need a leak repaired, toilet replaced, or water heater, I call Superior Plumbing, and you should too. They handle each job with care and honesty. For Superior, there's no job too small.
For Superior, the honest one, call 770-422 Plum.
Hey folks, big news. The Echo one-day sale is heading to Howard Brothers next month. Wednesday, September 16th. Visit your local Howard Brothers for fantastic deals on Echo power equipment. That means Echo chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, and more. Whether you're a pro on the job or a weekend warrior, Echo Tools will help you get that project done right. Mark your calendar, grab your crew, and head to one of the 7 Howard Brothers locations on September 17th for the Echo one-day sale. One day of big savings you don't want to miss. Hey, this is Los with David from Atlanta, who just purchased his new car with the Honest Car Guy. the new, fully transparent way to buy your next vehicle. David, tell us about your experience.
I had been looking for a vehicle for a couple months. The car buying process was a little challenging at first for me. I had some credit issues in the past, and I just happened to hear a familiar voice on the radio, and it happened to be on the Honest Car Guy ad. I got in touch with Tom. Within 2, maybe 3 days, I had a vehicle being shipped here from Orlando, Florida. I have already recommended him to family members, several friends, and I'll purchase a car from Tom when I make my next purchase for sure.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
There we go. Who are you going to call, baby? No, it's called the Kimmer. I can still drive at night. Sorry. Involved myself and everything. Yeah, Ghostbusters. Here we go.
Something strange.
Yeah, strange.
In your neighborhood.
Yeah, that's right, baby.
Who you gonna call?
The Kimmer. 1984, Ray Parker Jr. started 3 weeks at number 1 on the singles chart with a theme from the film Ghostbusters. Parker had been a session guitarist for Stevie Wonder and Marvin Gaye, and he was accused of plagiarizing the melody from Huey Lewis and the News song, I Want a New Drug, which does sound like the same kind of beat and theme. It resulted in Huey Lewis suing Ray Parker Jr. They settled out of court in 1985. It does sound like I Need a New Drug. I don't know whether you get. There's only 8 notes. Is it how many notes? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. There's 8 freaking notes.
I know 7 chords now.
Oh, do you? You working on your chords?
Yeah, I got 7 going right now. D, A, G, C, E, A minor, and E minor.
Yeah. Oh, those are tough. The minors. I don't like the minors. I don't like flats. I like sharps and flats a little. I don't like the minor. I
kind of like the minor. It's kind of off kilter.
Yeah. I'm more of a like a barbershop harmony guy. So it doesn't really.
Is that rock too?
Well, as a former first chair trombone in the all-state band in 8th grade, I beg your pardon. I got triple tongue. Tutica, 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 tutica. What's that?
First chair baritone.
Oh, there you are.
I still have my baritone. Maybe I should bring it in here one day and blow it for you.
I wish I still had my father's trombone, which is what I played when I was in junior high.
I should bring it down to work.
You should.
Bring a little baritone.
You should bring it in and do a couple of notes for us. There you go. Oh, I love it. Anyway, let's see. Kimmer Pete Flounder birthday includes. I've just mentioned about how Flounder's birthday guy has a rather weird style, describing Joe Rogan, who's 59 today, as a controversial comedian who cost us listening to Neil Young. Here's how he describes Joe Jackson. Joe Jackson is 72. That would be the singer who did Steppin' Out, not the guy who turned Michael Jackson into a plastic surgery-addicted junkie who didn't live to see his 51st birthday.
Oh, my God.
Jesus. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, simmer down.
Yeah, all right, I don't make the mistake again ever, God. Jeez. And on this day in history, this was on this day, 1972, the last American ground combat unit in South Vietnam, the 3rd Battalion, 21st Infantry, is deactivated and begins departing for the United States in 1972. They'd been guarding the U.S. Air Base at Da Nang. This left only 43,000 total advisors, airmen, support troops. There were also sailors of the 7th Fleet in the China Sea and some Air Force folks in Thailand and Guam. But the last ground combat unit left Da Nang at the air base. Da Nang was up at what we call I Corps. The north of South Vietnam, north part was I Corps, and down near Saigon was 4 Corps. The I Corps was right up near the DMZ, the Dead Marine Zone, a demilitarized zone, the official name of it there, the thing. Anyway, by the way... Remember, a few minutes ago, I mentioned that, Braves are in town and people come in. Well, we have a lot of people, our salespeople have guests coming in to watch a Braves game and go to the suite and stuff like that. So people come in here kind of wandering in, usually in the late afternoon to get ready for the Braves game, stuff like that. And there was a guy and his wife, I assume his wife, a man and a woman, looked, like 30 years old or something, nice couple, with Danny, one of the sales guys, standing out there. And they kind of looked and sort of did a little wave thing. And I remembered remember when we were giving away all the contest prizes and stuff, and there was a nice lady out there who kind of looked in and waved and stuff like that, and I didn't do anything. I didn't, want to make a deal about anything. I, just kind of waved back. And then I realized, oh, my God, I wonder if she was one of our winners. And she was one of our, I think her name was Carol or Carolyn, I'm not sure, I can't remember. She was one of our winners, and I felt bad because I should have gone out there and said hi, because she obviously, was listening to the show. And I felt bad. So this time, I remember that. I said, well, I didn't mean to be rude, but I should have gone out there and said hi, or congratulate her, or something like that, just to be nice, All right. So just a few minutes ago, the guy and this lady are out there, and so I told Flounder, I'm going out there. So I walked out of the studio and I went over there to say hi with Danny standing there. They had no idea who I was. Hey, leave me alone, pal. No, I think Danny was explaining to him, it's only the Kimmer. He's here every day, so don't worry about it. But anyway, they were very sweet and very nice. And so I said hi to fans who came in to do something here at the radio station. So just for the record, I'm trying to be more collegial or something. I'm not even sure that's a word, but I like it, and therefore.
A team player.
A team player. By the way, quickly, speaking of Marines, and we will be here, we were in a second ago, the Marine veteran who had been held prisoner in Russia for 1,666 days is on the way home. He'll arrive tonight. A United States Marine veteran, Robert Gilman, released from Russia today, humanitarian grounds, humanitarian my ass, they were trying to freaking kill him. Gilman is a United States citizen arrested in Russia, sentenced to 10 years in prison, harsh treatment, abusive treatment, put him in a catatonic state. He was about to die, and they wouldn't even let his mother come see him. Donald Trump said, now, wait a minute, we got to do something about this. He was on his way to Moldova, according to his lawyer. Wasn't even supposed to be in Russia, but he got violently ill, ends up having to stop in Moscow, goes to a relative's house, recuperates because he's sick. He thought he was in a full recovery, goes to the embassy, American embassy, to get his passport renewed, becomes violently ill. The Russian police approach him thinking he's drunk. Then they claim he assaulted them, arrested him, and beat him up and charged him, and then that's how the nightmare started. And he's been held for 1,600 days. The State Department says he's a wrongful detainee. His release was part of an exchange with Russia, but Donald Trump says, now, wait a minute, we didn't make any concessions. Robert was in prison in 2022 during the Biden administration. They've released him on a humanitarian basis, and the fact that Russia asked for no one in return, no exchange took place. Robert will land at Andrews Air Force Base tonight. His mother's on the plane with him. And Donald Trump talked to him, and he said, I just spoke to him, and he said he had one request, a great cheeseburger when he lands. I will take care of that. And he's being reunited on the plane with his mother, Nancy, with him there. Anyway, so
sounds like he needs an NFA burger.
Yeah.
Who is he, Iron Man? That's what Iron Man did when he got back.
Is that right?
Burger King.
I'll be darned. Well, and there
is that, don't you think a hamburger is like one of the standard American meals?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cheeseburger and fries.
Yeah. It used to be hot dog, you would say, but I think if you think about an American
hamburger,
thing, more a hamburger, cheeseburger. Yeah.
Tomahawk steaks.
Excuse me. Anyway, that's.
Yeah, they have one across the street. You can get a tomahawk steak and like a setup for it's $125.
Yikes! Wait a minute now.
But it's a tomahawk steak. It's a tomahawk steak and some sides and stuff like that on this huge platter. Because you know how MLB, like the stadiums, have those out-of-this-world menus items?
Yeah.
That's one of them for
But how big is the steak for $125?
Let me look it up, and I'll find it.
I mean, is it like to feed a family up in the back of the bullpen?
It could easily feed two people.
I would think. Anyway. Well,
if you go to a nice steak joint and you get a steak for two, you're going to spend probably $100, $150 on a steak.
I guess the only thing I'm thinking about, I don't think I've ever been to a ballpark and ordered a big fancy meal that we would have to actually eat, and use knife and fork and, table manners and stuff like that. Excuse me, what the hell's going on now?
All right.
Oh, I'm fine now.
Hiccups. How old are you?
All right, so it's a 44-ounce...
44 ounce
American Wagyu tomahawk ribeye.
That's like a 3-pounder, right? That's 3 pounds or something, probably close. Is that 16
that would
ounces
feed
in
us
a pound?
pretty easily.
So, yeah, that's about 3 pounds. Yeah, well, absolutely. Wow. Cool. Anyway, well, there you go. By the way, I'll tell my brave story about closer to Holy Crap at Sports. By the way, we have tweets and we have a game, and we'll do at least one of those coming up here shortly. Pete, you decide. And by the way, the next time we do 20 questions, like yesterday, we're going to tell you whether it's a freaking human being first.
No.
That's
what the questions are for.
Well, that's what the first question is going to be, is this a person? They got to waste a question. So it's 19 questions.
Oh, yeah, because all y'all's questions yesterday were pertinent and on point.
Well, we had questions. We didn't know where you were going. It was sports, maybe, acting, maybe, movies, maybe.
Here's your question. Yeah. Is it Peter Sellers? Is it Steve Martin? You wasted 2 questions on them.
Well, I thought I had a chance. Oh, mercy. Anyway, here a couple of quick things. The latest on these freaking women basketball players. And again, I think this is so disgusting and tragic and horrible about what they're doing to our little girls. In fact, I don't know. Pete has tweets coming up. Are you going to do any from the Babylon Bee?
No.
Okay. Then this is worth saying or showing from the Babylon Bee. A cute 5-year-old white girl dreams of one day getting beaten up in the WNBA. There's a little picture of a little girl dreaming of, I mean, seriously, they've ruined. Can you imagine? Now, I don't know whether people listening now, if you have a daughter who, likes basketball and maybe she's, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, whatever, youngest girl, is she aware of this stuff? Do you want her to be aware of this stuff? Is this a thing? Would this discourage you? They say boys have to be very careful playing football because you get your brains rattled and get that brain disease. Are people worried about their little girls trying to play basketball? And by the way, I don't know, has this kind of behavior for these, these pro gangbangers, these racist, hate-filled bullies, has that behavior trickled down to high schools? I wonder. I mean, that's the danger to me, is that obviously, things, little leaguers, doing things that the big leaguers do, flipping bats and, doing stuff, mostly just kind of showing off stuff. But
they have a female commissioner, and you've never heard one peep or one word from that woman about any of this stuff. David Stern of the NBA and the bald-headed guy, Silver, they're always talking and explaining certain things that go on. This woman doesn't do squat.
Yeah.
Her league is in shambles right now. It's anarchy.
Yeah. And they're all saying, well, inclusion's better than, eliminating people. But that doesn't mean anything. That's not, that's just a philosophy that's ridiculous and not fits in the facts of what's happening now.
But Dostoevsky said we're going to become so tolerant that smart people are going to be told to shut up so we don't offend the stupid people.
Yeah. Well, we're here. How could Democrats vote for a current Democrat other than just following stupid trails of idiocy? AOC is going to be the LIC, the lunatic in charge, and apparently she's taken over. AOC is everywhere about the Democrat Party these days. Well, we'll see. I can't wait to find the results.
Yeah, the thing is, though, if whether it's Rubio or Vance, the minute she has to debate one of them,
that's going to be beautiful.
She's done.
Yeah, either one of them. Of course, Rubio would slaughter her. J.D. Vance, I think, would probably just, embarrass her. Show how stupid she is.
Don't discount the ability of the media to give the questions to the Democrat. They've done that before.
That's true.
Or just slide the right questions to the right person.
Once again, the media is going to determine how things happen, as we've seen in all these major issues.
I don't think so. I think social media will determine a lot more.
I hope so. Kim, Pete, and Flounder. Well, let's do Pete Davis, either a game or tweets next. You decide. Tweets. It's tweets coming up. Flounder's Funny's also coming up. We got we got everything here. Kim, Pete, and Flounder.
Neil Bortz is only live on Extra 106.3, bringing you daily commentary on the biggest topics of the day. Catch him throughout the day or hear his latest on the Extra 106.3 app.
I'm Patrick Brown, former Army Ranger in the United States Army. Like many service members, I had to make difficult choices when leaving the military, and the most challenging thing was finding purpose in a new phase of life. Housing, employment, education, way too many decisions and no idea where to start. That was until I met the Warrior Alliance. They made it simple. They listened and quickly connected me to the services I needed. And like a trusted friend, they even followed up to make sure I was squared away. Change a veteran's life today by donating at thewarrioralliance.org, helping warriors navigate to success after service.
Hey, this is John Flading. I'm the president and owner of ATL Turf Co. We are a family-owned, operated, independent local company. We have over 15 years of artificial grass design, installation, and sales experience. From premium artificial lawns and backyards, custom putting greens, sports fields, hardscape, drainage. We do both residential and commercial. If you can dream it, we can build it. Just go to atlturfco.com to schedule an appointment.
Back to school means back to the grind for your family, but it also means back to the grind for your garage door. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. If your old garage door is getting a failing grade, we can help. Our highly trained technicians will get to the bottom of it. It could be a simple repair, a malfunctioning opener, or maybe just a tune-up. But if it's time for your garage door to be replaced, we'll make that easy with upfront pricing and free estimates. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 seasonsgarages.com.
At Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs, buying your next vehicle can be as simple, convenient, and personal as you want it to be. With the Jim Ellis Expressway, start or complete your entire purchase online, right from home.
Shop at your own pace, on your own time. You can handle things independently or with a knowledgeable Jim Ellis Ford sales professional ready to help when you need it.
Value your trade, explore payment options, complete your purchase online, even have your new vehicle delivered to your home.
Jim Ellis Ford is a local, family-owned dealership built on trust, transparency, and long-term relationships.
Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs takes care of you before the sale, during the purchase, and long after you drive home.
Convenience makes buying easier. Trust makes owning easier.
Get started at JimEllisFordSandySprings.com or stop by the Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs showroom, conveniently located at 7555 Roswell Road, just 4 miles north of I-285. Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs, where you can always expect the best.
Still on the fence about a fence? Hi, this is Jared with Accent Fence. Protect your home, your family, and your pets with a brand new fence from Accent Fence. Whether you want the classic look of wood, the durability of aluminum or steel, or the affordability of chain link, Accent Fence builds it right the first time. And with no money down financing available, your dream fence is more affordable than ever. Read our 5-star customer reviews online and see why so many homeowners trust Accent Fence. For quality, craftsmanship, and dependable service, visit accentfence.net today for your free quote.
In a recent survey of 123,000 wireless customers, Pure Talk was the only wireless company to receive 5 stars in every category: coverage, support, value, and data. What else do you need to know? Switch to Pure Talk today and get any plan, including their top shelf unlimited data plan for just $15 a month for your first 3 months. No contract, no commitment. Dial pound 250, say micro, and let Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team help you make the switch.
Oh, you know, honestly, this whole whistling.
Welcome to the Kimmer Show halftime update.
Really disgraceful.
We pause now to honor all the stories Kimmer didn't get to.
Sports activities
May
with
they
a
rest
referee
in peace
whistle
until tomorrow's
news
stack.
count of stories.
You through?
Dive flash.
Of the 9 stories. Yeah. What do you build a cat?
I remember Jack Lemmon in the Odd Couple. Fwah, fwah, fwah. Trying to clear his throat.
Of the 9 stories.
Yeah.
You woke the Flounder household up.
I know. I couldn't
morning.
help it. I was up.
5:45.
Hey, 5:42.
You have done 6.
Hey, that's 2/3, my friend. 6.
You have not done the world's smallest penis story.
Well, God. Poor bastard. Although I guarantee you, some hot babe wants to be number 1. With the guy who's going to, well, we'll talk about it. All right, first of all, hold on. Have I got a birthday around here? Yeah, I got a birthday around here. Let me do a birthday around here. How about, I found this guy was kind of cool. I looked this up myself after I found out that Tommy Lahren, the Fox News Fox, is 34 years old today. Tommy Lahren, boy, she's beautiful. I mean, she's got a great personality, very bubbly, smart, quick. She does a lot of weekend stuff. And I mean, just a terrific, what's that?
There's a lot of weekends.
Weekends, well, okay,
Where?
same. But she, that beautiful kind of blonde, kind of reddish blonde hair, just real pretty girl, Tommy Lahren, and isn't she the one who does all the exciting things outside, like takes jumps out of planes and does rock climbing and jumps off of towers. I mean, she does all kinds of physical things. I think really weird.
You're
stuff.
assuming I watch Fox News.
Well, there you go. Anyway, Tommy Lahren, the Fox on Fox, is 34 years old, and I looked her up. When she was originally, she was I don't want to say chunky, but she wasn't thin or skinny. She was a little bit. No, wait a minute now, a little bit overweight. But in her 20s, she and her lover broke up, and she was so crushed by it that she started running. And she said she started running. She would run 7 miles every day, and then she wouldn't feel like eating, and she got down to 100 pounds. Tommy Lahren, that star Fox on Fox, got down to 100 pounds and realized this isn't good. And so she kind of took care of herself, and now she's doing all right. Tommy Lahren, 34 years old.
There is no better weight loss method than heartbreak.
Heartbreak, that's right.
Yeah, you'll lose weight like that, especially if you're walking your dog 3 or 4 times a day.
Well, yeah, there you go. Anyway, just for the record. And, did I do a history thing? I forgot to do a history.
Yeah, you did. You did.
I did?
So, behind us.
Nice try. I got it right here.
Moved on.
In fact, I'll do a different one. This was a day that Andrew Carnegie passed away at the age of 83 in 1919. He wanted to be poor when he left the world, so he sold all of his stock years before he died and spent the rest of his life trying to give away the rest of it. Andrew Carnegie, born in Scotland, got rid of $308 million. This is in the 1920 area. He got rid of $308 million and still had $22 million left when he died. He just couldn't give it all away in time, which is a kind of bizarre. I don't know why my voice all squeaked there for a second. Yeah, I'll take some over here.
He's the reason I think I've got ESP.
Really? Because how do you figure that?
We were driving back home from Calhoun City, Mississippi, and we were going through my hometown, which is Houston, Mississippi. Yeah. And I'm sitting there in the back seat of the Plymouth Custom Suburban wagon. I'm about 9 years old. Yeah. And for some reason, I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden the name Andrew Carnegie pops in my head. Huh. And I'd heard about him, in history class or something, one of the steel magnates or railroad. Yeah. But I didn't know anything about him. And I looked up, and there on the side of the library was the Andrew Carnegie Library, because he put out libraries all over the country.
That's
he
right.
built them. And I thought, and I looked up and went, holy cow, that's weird. Huh. It's like he was telling me to look up.
Well, there you are. I mean, you've done this before. You've had ESP type stuff. Several times we've talked about this.
Doesn't help me. Doesn't do anything.
Well, it doesn't make you any better as a human being. No, but
doesn't win me the lottery.
That's all right. It's all good. Kipper, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230. 741-1230. And we got we got memes, we got jokes, we got one-liners, we got stuff, and a little thing we like to call Pete's tweets.
All right, Hannah has found maybe the best Jeopardy question of all time.
Oh wow! Okay, sir.
And see if y'all can answer this. Remember, you got to answer in the form of a question.
Okay. All right.
All right. It's a 2-minute penalty in the NHL, 15 yards in the NFL, and no penalty if you're Doc Ellis pitching a no-hitter in 1970.
What is holding?
No, not holding.
What is, let's see, Doc Ellis. What is being too high? What is cocaine abuse? So let's see. What is sniffing the line? Icing.
No, you're on the right thing with the...
I'd say cocaine thing.
The cocaine
he was high when he was
pitching. Go a little harder than cocaine.
Heroin.
Heroin. No, you said no heroin skating.
No, not heroin. Something else. What's another penalty in hockey and football?
Flag. Let's see. Personal foul.
What do you do when you're high? What are you doing?
I don't know.
LSD.
You're tripping. Oh no, tripping
what
penalty.
Is tripping?
What is tripping?
Yeah.
I'll be damned.
What is tripping?
Good one.
Okay. Remember when the movies in the summer? You look forward to the summer movies because there'd be blockbusters in the summer.
Absolutely.
Like E.T. or Jaws or Raiders of the Lost Ark. There's always something everybody's talking about.
Yeah. Couldn't wait.
What have we had this year? Disclosure Day. Who's talking about that? Spider-Man. Who's talking about that?
Yeah. Seen 5 of them.
This is the summer of 1982. Okay. In the month of May, we had The Road Warrior with Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Rocky III.
Yeah, another biggie.
Conan the Barbarian.
Wow, Arnold, yeah.
And Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid. Speaking of Steve Martin.
I've got that on my library. That's a very funny movie.
I've
if you
never
haven't seen
that
it.
movie. I need to.
And it's in black and white, and for a good reason, because it's him pretending he's back doing the old 50s, black and white movies.
Yeah.
Really clever.
All right, that was 1 month. That was May. In June, we have Poltergeist, E.T., Annie, Blade Runner, Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, Firefox, the Clint Eastwood, The Thing.
Oh,
Kurt Russell.
Oh, no kidding.
That's June. All right. July, The Secret of Nim, The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, An Officer and a Gentleman, Tron, Six Pack. I think Kenny Rogers was in that. The World According to Garp, which was a horrible movie, and
Robin
Night
Williams,
Shift,
yeah.
one of your favorites.
Yeah, I love that. Was a great movie. Yeah.
That was July. In August, we got Pink Floyd's The Wall, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and Friday the 13th Part 3. That was one summer.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
What happened to Hollywood?
Yeah, good question. Good question.
We have The Odyssey. Who saw that?
And by the way, I think those movies all probably made a lot of money.
Hell yes.
I mean, obviously, I can't think of one that stunk out for sales. So why didn't they learn their lesson?
HBO and Showtime was all you had. There was no Netflix and Amazon and all that other stuff streaming going on. The movies is what you had.
Yeah.
And you went there, and Hollywood kowtowed to you with entertaining, upbeat for the most part, movies in the summer.
Yeah.
And they don't do that anymore. They've lost their way.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it'll ever come back. I think when you have places like Netflix and streaming services, they don't need Hollywood anymore.
I remember the anticipation for Batman, the original one with Michael Keaton.
Yeah,
I've been lined up at midnight to see that over by North Lake.
That's right.
Because I lived about maybe a mile and a half from where the movie theater was, and me and my best friend would ride our bikes up there. There was a local music store. We'd hang out there and buy CDs and look at the used CDs, and there was a Mellow Mushroom. We'd eat and then go see a movie and play video games.
Mellow Mushroom, oh my God.
They're still around.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Mellow Mushrooms.
Yeah, I lived there.
Their pizza's overrated, but their salads are fantastic.
Yeah.
You can make your own salad. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Their pizza's really doughy.
It's overrated.
I don't remember the last time I used to go to one once in a while because it was near my house in Brookhaven, near the golf course.
Yeah, that one's not there anymore, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I hadn't been in that area.
That was right where the MARTA station was in the Waffle House.
Yeah, that's right.
Fellini's is a better pizza, if you want a pizza like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they've got the deep dish, but it's more like the Detroit style, so it's kind of more airy.
Or not Chicago style.
It's not Chicago style. It's more. I think it's referred to as Detroit style.
I don't think I've ever had that.
In the summer, you got to do New York style because it's thin. You don't want to fill up. But in the winter, you want comfort food, and that's Chicago style.
Yeah, thick and hearty. Yeah, and I like
Chicago style is almost like lasagna.
Yeah,
it really is.
It's thick and
Nancy's Pizza down on Ponce. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. By the way, Donald Trump's very excited because just announced today, Supreme Court Justice Alito is staying around. He's not retiring, and so we at least have that one bit for us here.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't mind if he retired right now because Trump can just put somebody in more conservative that's going to be younger.
Yeah. Well, again, we're also hoping, therefore, that nothing changes for the Democrats to be able to replace. Man, if the Democrats get to start replacing Supreme Court justices, we could be.
Yeah, with that Ketanji Brown.
Oh,
more
my
of
God.
her,
Yeah,
her ilk.
Bippity boppity boo. My God, man. All right, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? Braves back in town. Looks like it's clouding up a little bit. Don't know whether the weather could be a little iffy. We'll see. Keep it posted. Holy crap, it's sports coming up. We got a game. We got it all. Yeah, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. Look out.
Support the advertisers and partners that share your values. Give our extra advertisers the first shot to earn your business. They will deliver for you every time and support the extra community like no one else. Connect with all of our partners online at extra1063.com.
Toyota's national sales event is happening now through August 31st at Marietta Toyota. Commuting every day? Well, the 2026 Toyota Camry is now all hybrid with up to, get this, 53 miles per gallon city driving, an easy way to cut fuel stops without giving up comfort. And right now, Camry is the smart move for drivers who want Toyota reliability, everyday comfort, and better fuel efficiency for the road ahead. Every new Toyota includes our nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty, limited time, and unlimited mileage for as long as you own it. We'll vote Best of Cobb for 2026, Best New Car Dealership, Best Service Center. For well-qualified buyers, special financing is available on the new 2026 Camry Hybrid as low as 4.99% APR, 48 months, now through August 31st. Visit us on Cobb Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium. Marietta Toyota, since 1975. We've been here and we'll be here for you.
4.99% APR for 48 months with approved credit through SCTF. Not all buyers qualify. Offer ends 8/31/26. See dealer for details. All prices exclude tax, tag, and title, and include $699 dock fee and $257 electronic tag fee.
Hi, I'm Tom Stratton from Tom and Jerry's Roofing, a 10-year veteran of the U.S. Army. When my best friend Jerry and I opened Tom and Jerry's Roofing, we wanted our company to be an outlet for good. So with every roof we do, a portion goes to various veteran services and charities. Tom and Jerry's Roofing is passionate about giving you the best service and quality work possible, and that work turning into service for our heroes. So if you need a new roof or a repair, call us. We're Tom and Jerry's Roofing, where every roof helps veterans. TomandJerry'sRoofing.com.
Summer is here, and hopefully vacation is on the horizon. Whether the beach or maybe you're more of a mountain person, you've planned and saved in order to take some much-needed time off. You planned your vacation. Shouldn't you plan your retirement? You planned for a week in the sun, but have you planned for decades of golden years? Master Plan Retirement works with you to create a holistic, comprehensive retirement plan in order to offer the one thing your time off needs the most: peace of mind. From income and growth, tax strategy, legacy planning, and more, Master Plan Retirement walks alongside you to help ensure your golden years stay golden. Schedule your complimentary consultation today. Visit masterplanretire.com. Master Plan Retirement Consultants. Plan well and prosper.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
America! Chuck, yeah! Chuck and Shack Oyster Bar is celebrating the red, white, and blues all summer long with our America 250 summer menu. We're talking Cyclone char-grilled oysters, Route 66 smash burgers, crab meat boardwalk fries, and USA-inspired cocktails. Raise a glass and cheers to 250 years of the US of A at Shuck and Shack Oyster Bar. Locally owned in downtown Alpharetta and Cumming, across from the collection. Find your location and details at theshuckandshack.com.
In the U.S., there is a break-in every 26 seconds. But when intruders step near, Simply Safe Home Security steps up. Using the Outdoor Camera Series 2 and the advanced AI alerts, Simply Safe's U.S.-based live agents identify your threats on the property and help deter them, stopping the crime before it starts. Because when it comes to your family's safety, the best break-in protection is prevention. Simply Safe. They'll earn your business by keeping you safe and satisfied every day, and that's why they never lock you into a long-term contract or any kind of cancellation fee. And it's why monitoring and deterrence plans start affordably at about $1 a day. It's no wonder that Simply Safe has been named the best home security system by the U.S. News and World Report for 6 years running, and America's best customer service in home security by Newsweek. Join the more than 6 million people who trust Simply Safe to protect their homes and families today. Right now, you can save 50% off your new Simply Safe system at simplysafe.com/Beck. That's half off at simplysafe.com/Beck. There is no safe like Simply Safe.
Look out, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And Led Zeppelin, 1979. Their last British show on this day at Nebworth House in England. And they played all their songs. Yeah, they played A Whole Lot of Love. They played Rock and Roll, Stairway to Heaven. The song remains the same. Celebration Day, Black Dog, Misty Mountain Hop, Since I've Been Loving You, Hot Dog, No Quarter, Rain Song. Led Zeppelin, their last British show in 1979. Yeah. Big time rockers. Kimmer, Pete, Flounder, birthday list.
That's rock and roll.
That's rock and roll. Well, that's not pop.
Spice Girl lover.
No, it's not pop. Spice pop. No, it's regular rock and roll. It's like the Beach Boys and the Beatles. I mean,
it's right there with them.
It's right there with them. Right, same kind of sound, really. It reminds me of Beach Boys In My Room, a famous, same kind of a thing.
You know, it's funny. You mentioned yesterday Bob Dylan didn't do any of his hits.
Yeah.
And you just read a list of maybe the greatest concert list of all time.
I mean,
every song, just fantastic.
And that's because their last show, they wanted to let people hear the songs they made.
They didn't know because that was before Bonham died, and they didn't know he was going to die.
Yeah. Well, anyway, but again, yesterday my pilot buddy Kevin told me he went to the Bob Dylan concert and he sat there in the back in a hoodie, couldn't open, didn't speak anything, didn't talk to anybody, never stood up, didn't say hi to the crowd, sang some songs they'd never heard before, and left. Very disappointing. Birthday list includes Chris Hemsworth. He is 43 years old. He was in the Avengers. He's Thor. For Marvel's people. By the way, in 2014, People magazine called Chris Hemsworth the sexiest man alive. And Chris Hemsworth, the famous actor, 43 today, has also made it public that he has been checked and he is predisposed to Alzheimer's.
Yep, runs in his family.
And that doesn't mean he'll have it, but it's, and again, I don't think there's anything you can do about it, really. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know this. Maybe there's some new things that help you on your way. And again, I don't know. It must be horrible. Speaking of horrible, on this day in 2022, 53-year-old Ann Hesh dies from injuries after crashing her car into an L.A. home several days earlier in 2022. Doctors pronounce her brain dead. Her family wants to honor her wishes as an organ donor. She had traces of cocaine and weed in her system, but they said there was no evidence she was impaired by it, just that there had been some history of it. Not sure what caused it, but she caused a fire. It took 59 firefighters more than an hour to put out the fire. She broke everything, brain damage, burned. She was in a coma for a week on life support, then collected her organs. She was in a soap opera in another world, then in movies like with Johnny Depp and Donnie Brasco, Dustin Hoffman, Robert De Niro in Wag the Dog, Harrison Ford, 6 Days, 7 Nights. And then in 1997, she and actor Ellen DeGeneres came out as a lesbian couple. And Hesh said she was blacklisted for 10 years, had a memoir biography, Call Me Crazy. She said she was abused by her father as a child. She had been fired by Harvey Weinstein Rapestein because she refused his sexual advances. And Hesh died officially 4 days ago today.
I forgot she had died.
Yeah. Remember the car crash, and they showed the, just slammed into the house. They don't know. I mean, people said, God, was that a suicide? Or, what was she trying to do? And who knows? We may never know. Anyway, it's a 4:55 already. Holy cow. Now, you mentioned a story. There's a guy from North Carolina named Michael Phillips. Michael Phillips has a teeny little tallywhacker. He has gone public with this. He has the world's smallest unit. It measures 0.38 inches. That's like a third of an inch. And the problem is he can't go to the bathroom without making a mess. He's never been able to make love, obviously. And he was offered a free $20,000 procedure by a Beverly Hills doctor to perform a plumping procedure. But instead, he's decided, on August 17th, he's going to go to a doctor in Charlotte who will inject his manhood with a semi-permanent dermal filler to increase his girth. It doesn't say anything about length. He's raised $13,500 in donations from GoFundMe, and that'll take care of the cost of that and any help and cost afterwards. And he said, he's tried to have sexual encounters, but wasn't really able to get it done. And I remember there was at least one woman who came forward saying, I'll do it. I want to be the first one. And somebody pretty hot or adventurous or whatever is going to want to be the first woman to be the first person with him. It's kind of like the idiot Marine who had his wally chopped off by Lorena Bobbitt, who got an implant, became a Frankenpenis actor. Oh, God. Anyway, jarhead. 4:57 already. Holy cow. Let's see. Coming up. I found a couple things in the news here. We'll get to these here a little bit later on. Libs of TikTok has made it known that the University of Michigan is now eliminating letter grading system for incoming freshmen. No more letter grades. So, what? You've done a good job. Congratulations. Next course, okay? Or
Gold star.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's
Little
Joe
decal.
Baseball. Joe Baseball, the man with the Braves right here. There he goes. I got to say hi to Joe Baseball. Used to be the morning guy, Joe Virgin, as you know. Anyway, University of Michigan, no grade points after this. And also, Flounder found a little something here from, probably also lives at TikTok or somebody, the Carowinds, I guess it's pronounced, Six Flags Park in North Carolina is hosting a Muslims Family Day. And lives at TikTok is wondering, gee, when are they going to have the Christian Family Day? Could we have one there with it?
That came up a while back, and I think they ended up canceling it. So maybe this is I don't know that they're stupid enough to try it again.
Well, Carowinds Six Flags Park, and it's from today. So we'll see. I mean, again, and Massachusetts, guess what they pulled up? Coming up. Hold on, Flounder's funny. Here we go. One more shot. Here we go.
If you follow professional sports, there's a lot more white coaches than black, even though there's a lot more black professional athletes. People always said it's racism, it's prejudice. It's finally balancing out, but it's not racism or prejudice. The reason for so many more white coaches for so long is because growing up as a white athlete, we spend a lot more time on the sidelines than black athletes. So by the time we retire, it's like, oh yeah, I've seen the game from this perspective. I know exactly what I'm looking at. He's going to come around, he comes under. I've been over here my whole life. There's my footprints from childhood right there and there. I've never been on that side. What's it like over there? Oh, my ankle. Right? Black athlete retires. He's on the sideline for the first time going, what the hell am I looking at? Just put me in, I'll fix everything. Right? White coaches know how to win with less. Black coaches sometimes have expectations that are too high. Those who can't teach, those who cannot teach. Michael Jordan could never coach basketball. He'd be like, come on, guys, why is nobody dunking from the free throw line? Right? We talk about this every day in practice. Just jump over all 5 guys every time down the floor. These are fundamentals.
Mr. Patrick Keene right there. Funny cat.
Very funny individual. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. We got the Braves in town, and everything's going to be fine. And your Stones leading us up to the latest on the news, and that's all coming up, too. Look out.
Morning Extra, Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck, and The Kimmer Show on WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station, Extra 106.3.
2 hours left to vote in South Carolina. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. That's where Republicans are choosing a new Senate nominee after the death of Lindsey Graham.
I want to get out. I want to meet as many people as possible. I really want to work hard to get to know people and what they want.
Senator Darlene Graham, appointed to finish her brother's term, says she'll work hard to earn votes, expecting to be in a runoff 2 weeks from now, with 10 candidates on the ballot today. 5 other states also voting, and 2 of the most closely watched races have Democrats divided. In Wisconsin, Francesca Hong is trying to become the first Democratic socialist governor.
I think our policies are ones that are the solutions to deliver for working class people, permanent affordability, so we don't come back to moments like these.
Hong has said she's evolved from some past positions and today denied wanting to cancel Thanksgiving. The outgoing Democratic governor is campaigning with County Executive David Crowley. Congressman Tom Tiffany considered the frontrunner on the Republican side. And in a Minnesota Senate race, Democratic Congresswoman Angie Craig is hoping to top the state's Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan.
Flanagan is the more progressive candidate with positions like Medicare for All and abolishing ICE. She served with Governor Tim Walz for nearly 8 years when much of the state's massive fraud was taking place. Craig has tried to capitalize on those arguments by pointing to her record of flipping and holding a longtime Republican district and stressing that keeping this Senate seat blue should be the biggest priority in this race.
Fox's Garrett Henney in Minneapolis, where there were anti-ICE protests after 2 people were killed in deadly confrontations. Craig has said she regrets voting for the Laken Riley Act. Pennsylvania is now suing TikTok, accusing the social media giant of misleading app stores about the content teen users are exposed to. The state attorney general also claiming the platform is intentionally designed to be addictive. Multiple states have made similar claims in lawsuits. America is listening to Fox News.
I'm not one to say I told you so, but I switched to Pure Talk over a year ago, and ever since, I've been telling people there's no better wireless company out there. Well, a few months ago, a massive survey was conducted. 123,000 people were asked to rate their wireless carrier in 4 categories: coverage, support, data, and overall value. Well, the results are in. Guess which wireless company was the only wireless company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. 5 stars, every category. To celebrate, Pure Talk is offering the first 3 months of any plan for just $15 a month, including their top-tier unlimited plan. No contract, no commitment, just a very inexpensive way to test drive the only American wireless company with 5 stars in every category. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service will take it from there. Again, pound 250 micro. And yes, I told you so.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of blank, ready on your dog target. Road guards out. Look out, it's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis and Flounder and you. We got a phone back, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. How's it going? We still have a game coming up here. We got Holy Crap, it's sports, and a lot of sports it is. We'll talk more about the women's basketball stuff come up a little bit and more on the Fauci business and the whole deal and Donald Trump and what he pulled off and the media's going nuts and a lot of stuff going on here this afternoon. Hope you're doing all right. 404-741-1230. I started the program today with an animal story. I love animal stories. And I have another animal story. And this was kind of weird. And it's kind of you should look at the video if you haven't seen it on social media. It's kind of bizarre of a mystery cat in Texas. A Texas city called League City. I don't know where that is. Texas city called League City has a mystery cat running around the neighborhood, apparently a female they've discovered, and she's covered in red dye. She looks like a bright red cat. Covered in red dye. They assume it's dye, not paint. They're saying dye. They're trying to capture what used to be a gray cat in matted red splotches all over her after she was spotted lurking in the League City area. And the official animal care people, the animal help center people, are saying, don't catch her, don't try to put food out for her. You know, your little red friend attempts to approach her could be hindering our trapping efforts. They're going to try to take care of her and save her because obviously this is not a normal situation. And everybody wants to know what the heck is going on to make sure this little cat's not forgotten. Images of the painted cat sparking concern among people in the community, afraid that she could be tied into a dog fighting ring. People are saying I could be wrong, but painted animals are frequently associated with illegal dog fighting rings. She might have escaped from such a situation, and investigations need to be done about possible dog fighting in the area. And I hope the police are involved to see who might have been responsible for this. And you can see the video of this bright red cat.
League City is right next to the Space Center in Houston, so maybe she's alien.
It could be alien. Could have been, in fact, they haven't released all the information yet on the UFOs. I'll bet there could be a UFO cat. Why not? Who's to say? We don't know maybe they change themselves into whatever they want. In fact, I'll bet you if there are people who have been coming here for thousands, maybe millions of years, we don't know. They could have been here millions of years ago. They could have been here when the volcanoes were all exploding from the ocean floor. Anyway, we don't know. And if they could do that, if they could be here and they could get here and be people unknown to us, they could surely just say, well, I think I'll do this and change into something else, like Terminator. Like the latest Liquid Terminator. Yes, sir.
Starring Nastasia Kinski called Cat People.
Oh, my. And now Natasha Kinski used to be kind of a cutie, as I recall. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, sir. Well, I think we should go check that out.
David Bowie's in it, too. And Susan Sarandon's naked or something?
Susan Sarandon. She was always a naughty little thing. Yeah. I always wanted to Yeah, sorry. Thank you. Kipper, Pete, and Flounder. We got a game coming up we'll do here after Holy Crap at Sports coming up also. I get the biggest kick out of this freaking story about Donald Trump. He was whisked off Air Force One in an airport catering truck and departed for Turkey on a separate military flight, faking out everybody because there apparently was a threat of something happening to the new Air Force One, and they wanted to get him off it. Journalists and White House staff members believe they were on the same plane as the president when they left the NATO summit in Ankara, Turkey, actually when they were a decoy. Donald Trump had gotten into a food catering truck that had been lifted up to the door on the opposite side of the entrance to the Air Force One. So he got on Air Force One, up the stairs, waved her buddy, walked across the fuselage and got into the food truck and was into the food truck and then was lowered down to the ground and taken to a different plane. And that plane took off before Air Force One, so he actually landed before Air Force One did at their final destination. And so then they somehow they got Donald Trump off the second plane onto a truck and then back onto Air Force One before anybody knew it. So he left the original Air Force One, as though he never left it. He descended the external stairs from Air Force One 25 minutes after the plane landed. Nobody knows how the hell he got there from the other plane. It's still a secret. It was set because of a credible Iranian threat against Donald Trump's life. Now, Donald Trump is the president. They've already tried to kill him God knows how many times. They actually shot him in the face. So this is something you have to take seriously. And yet so many reporters and so-called reporters and media people are going nuts because they think they were treated badly, not knowing anything about the secret move by Donald Trump. Here's what CNN reported about the secret Air Force One switcheroo and why CNN calls it problematic. The White House kept lying about it even after the apparent danger had passed. Clinton, when he was president, used to decoy for a trip to Pakistan in the year 2000, but then he talked about it after, terrorists wanted to shoot him down. But then he got off the unmarked plane and disclosed everything, so they all knew about it. Well, the White House briefed the head of the White House Correspondents Association ahead of time. On the other hand, that was Clinton. Now they're saying back to the United States plane. Now, the president talked about the possibility the plane could have faced security concerns, but then denied there was one. They say, are you saying there was not a security concern? The reporter said, no. Why would there be? Are there any of the issues? No. When reporters kept pressing, there was this threat. Trump repeatedly deflected. A national security aide said the Gang of Eight, the congressional leaders, was not briefed on the episode. And they're not something Congress gets involved with. You can't tell those people anything about the president's secret stuff. They'll tell everybody. And you can't tell the media either because you can't trust any of those people.
Nope.
And they're saying, CNN says Congress should have been briefed on the threat, if not the entire episode. Please. Another dicey Pete. Let's see. The plane left many people. The plan with reporters and administration on Legacy Air Force One, unwitting and unknowing decoys very much in the line of fire. So CNN said it's not fair to put us in the line of fire. If there was an incident that could have happened, we could have been killed. Why weren't reporters informed? You could share it on an embargo basis where we have the information but can't publish it. That's the last thing I trust with. And would you trust anybody in the White House press corps, or for that matter, anybody in any kind of national reporting organization with any kind of a secret involving security threats and Donald Trump? Anybody ever the rest of your life now because of what the Biden administration did?
No. The only person that's problematic with is a journalist.
Yeah. And they're right. These are not journalists.
No.
These are advocates.
Yep.
I mean, it's really astounding. And they're complaining that they didn't get in on the secret, that they were sitting ducks. What if they'd been shot down? Well, too bad.
What a shame.
Yeah, maybe you start complaining about what Iran's threat is to the world, too. I mean, God.
Sometimes a lawyer joke. It's called a good start.
Yeah. 300 lawyers at the bottom of the sea. And really quick, if we got sports coming up here, Meghan McCain is leading women now sharing devastating COVID mismarriage stories at Fauci. The former head of the National Institute, Dr. Fauci, could be associated with, he actually told people in his secret dealings, they've got his now medical phone, his official government phone, he was worried about the second shot of COVID theoretically could be associated with miscarriage in the first trimester. His text led women who miscarried to share their stories, among them Meghan McCain. who's married to Ben Dominic, by the way, the guy on Fox. Meghan McCain said, I'm a woman who was pregnant and had a miscarriage during COVID. Put Fauci in jail. A lot of women saying the same thing. Fauci was telling people, I found her publicly, if you will. Let's play Dr. Fauci's comment about what he said concerning women and the studies they've done about any danger with getting pregnant.
Approximately 20,000 pregnant women have been vaccinated with no red flags, as we say. And this is being monitored by the CDC and the FDA.
Yeah. Well, Fauci's text led women who miscarried to share their stories. And the fact of the matter is, although he said that publicly, he asked the Centers for Disease Control, Surgeon General as well, people CDC here in Atlanta. Fauci said, I asked around a bit more. Another issue came up you need to be aware of, and that is the significant storm and fever after the second dose could be associated with miscarriage in the first trimester. He said that in writing to all his other scientists who also hit it because they were afraid that women would therefore not want to take the shot. And he was afraid of having women and all of us not take the shot by revealing the danger of a miscarriage, losing a baby. And he didn't want to say anything. That's evil. I mean, that's literally evil. How could you not say, gee, ladies, I hate to say this. I don't want you to, I really think you should get the shot, but there's a danger. You could have a miscarriage if you take the second one in the first trimester. So if you're newly pregnant or think you might be, you may want to. I mean, he could have done it. He could have done it legitimately.
The whole point of their so-called democracy in our republic is you need the information as a citizen to make the right decision.
Yeah. Jeffersonian theory, the more you know, the better you have an ability to make what your decision what your future is. Oh, my God. Anyway, all right.
They're smarter than us.
Yeah.
They know more.
Well, they know a lot more than we do. Holy crap, it's sports and game and all of it. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, man. What a day. Look out.
Watching to see if America still leads. And Extra 106.3 is always watching out for your values, your community, and your voice. Strength on the world stage starts with an honest conversation at home, and we're proud to have it every single day. Listen live or stream us anywhere on the Extra 106.3 app.
Hey, it's Drake Baldwin. Everyone knows my winning team on the field, but when there's no hot water, I need a win at my home base. When it comes to plumbing, my winning team is Superior. Superior Plumbing is there whenever I need a leak repaired, toilet replaced, or a water heater installed. For over 40 years, they've been Atlanta's go-to plumbers. And Superior is still locally owned. For Superior, there's no job too small.
For Superior, the honest one, call 770-422 Plum.
For the purpose of this commercial, we'll refer to erectile dysfunction as ED. This is the story of Ed. No one likes Ed. Ed can be a real problem, a real downer. Ed can come between you and your partner. And if you let Ed go unchecked, Ed'll continue to destroy your hanky-panky plans. Ed has taken over your life. On date night, all you can think about is Ed. When you roll over in bed for the morning smooch, there's Ed. And when you're cooking a romantic dinner for your wife, there's Ed in an apron. So how do you get rid of Ed? Kick him to the curb with Total Body Therapy of Georgia. They're Ed experts. They understand what causes Ed to be Ed, and they know how to get Ed going in the right direction. He'll learn to stand on his own with proven all-natural therapies that don't require surgery or downtime. So if you've had enough of Ed, take matters into your own hands. Call Total Body Therapy of Georgia at 404-777-1911. Learn more online at tbtofga.com.
Hey, I'm Tom.
And I'm Jerry.
And we are
Tom and Jerry's Roofing.
Yes, that's our real names.
And together, we have 70 years in the roofing industry. But taking care of you and your home is our priority and our passion.
But our other passion is taking care of veterans, and that's why every roof we do gives back to the vets.
That's right, Tom. First, we take care of your roof, and then we take care of the brave men and women who protect us.
So if you have roofing issues, from repairs to replacement, call Tom and Jerry's Roofing and help us give back to America's heroes.
Find us at tomandjerrysroofing.com.
That's tomandjerrysroofing.com.
I'm so sick of all these cheesy lawyer billboards. You might be too. If you're injured in a car crash, you don't hire a lawyer because they're sweet or strong or the biggest. You hire a lawyer who's recognized by their peers as one of the top lawyers in the state. You hire a lawyer who's going to listen to you, fight for you and has the case results to prove it. That lawyer is me, Bruce Hagen, the people's lawyer. I've been proudly selected by my fellow lawyers as one of the top 100 lawyers in the state and for 21 consecutive years as a Georgia super lawyer. Hagen-law.com, Hagen-law.com.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code FAST to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code FAST to borrow up to $10,000. Use code FAST to borrow up to $10,000.
Leon was about to leave the military.
My biggest concern was, what am I going to do next?
He found out about My Computer Career and their military transition program.
The Cyber Warrior program takes you from not knowing anything about a computer at all to being a subject matter expert.
How long is that going to take?
In the span of 4 months, I was able to get 4 different certifications.
4 months? Leon's advice?
Highly recommended.
Become a certified cyber warrior in just months at mycomputercareer.edu. This is one student's experience. Individual results vary. VA education benefits available to those who qualify.
Hey, somebody came up with Little Senator, Interim Senator Johnny Ossold's childhood spelling and vocabulary test. He defined flatulence as the emergency vehicle that picks you up when you get run over by a steamroller. Flatulence. We got to get rid of this guy. And now, holy crap, it's sports with Pete Davis.
Remember Jim Ross, the pro wrestling guy? He did a lot of those things. A big Sooners fan. He worked at GST for a bit with Jack Kennedy. Callan on their Saturday Sunday show. He's having brain surgery tomorrow.
Oh my
so
gosh.
hopefully everything will go okay. Jim Ross, a big wrestling guy.
Excellent.
So
well, we wish him well.
That world know
Very
him.
best. Yes,
Braves entertain the Mets again tonight at Truist Park. Righty Nolan McLean for the Metropolitans, an 8-7 record, a 3.51 ERA. He faces 7-6 Martin Perez with his earned run average of 3.14. Drake Baldwin leading off and catching. Ronald Acuna Jr. the DH. Dubon in left. Yaz in right. Jarvis at short. The first 15,000 fans get a Spencer Strider vinyl record tonight, and there's a post-game concert, so stick around.
Yeah.
Some of the bands on Spencer's record, some of his favorites, include Echolocation and Tavern Breakfast.
I saw that, There's video of him. There's a video ad, an actual ad, a promo about that. And I thought, wow, he's really into this. I don't know what kind of music it is. Do you have any idea what the music is? Is it hard rock?
No.
Is it country? Or, I have no idea.
I have no clue. Never heard of either one of those.
Hey, Flounder, is there any way we can get, would they be available for us to play something? We got to play some of their stuff. We'll see if we can find it during the break.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
And it's Kennesaw State night, going out with the Owls as well.
Huh?
Last night did not go well. Braves fall 8-5 in game 1 of this 3-game series. The good news, starter Bryce Elder went 5 innings. The bad news, he gave up 5 runs in the first inning. 4 on a grand slam. Elder took the loss to fall to 8-7. He ended up giving up 7 runs on 10 hits, 2 of them homers. There was a time in that inning when Elder tapped his cap to signal a challenge on a pitch. He also pointed to catcher Sean Murphy to tap his helmet too. But the umpire, Corey Blazer, claimed to not see it and refused the challenge, and later the grand slam happened. Now, this happening far too often, and there's why. These umps, no matter what they say, hate this ABS challenge system. It shows them up, shows them how bad they are. So any reason they have to deny a challenge, they do it, even though everyone else in the ballpark saw it. Here's an easy solution. Forget the tapping of the helmet. A lot of batters instinctively touch their helmets after a pitch anyway. Have the catchers, batters, and pitchers turn to the umpire and loudly say, "I want a challenge." That way, all the umps hear it. All the players on the infield hear it too, so there's no debate, no chance for the butthurt umpire to deny the challenge. Problem solved. This is not brain surgery. Sorry, Jim, but I'm sorry. This is an easy fix. These guys are doing it on purpose, I believe. Or they're just bad at their job and not paying attention.
And by the way, at first I didn't like the whole idea. Now I love the idea. I say, oh boy, these going to just touch the court. It's a great idea. It shows what the hell the situation. And by the way, for the record, again, these pitchers are they're faster and the ball's moving a lot. So it's harder. It's probably harder to be an ump today than it was several years ago. But that's not the point. There's still you still better be good at it, or you'll lose your job.
Well, one thing I did predict with this ABS, and it's come true, we'll have less offense because if pitchers just have to nick that top of the zone, it's a strike, and most batters can't catch up with that.
That high, so, that's right.
Brent Suter gave up just one hit in 3 innings of scoreless relief, and the Braves did get it to 7-5 in the 5th, but that's as close as they got. Mauricio Dubon, 2 RBIs, Baldwin and Acuna, the other ribbies. Braves now 7.5 games ahead of the Phillies, the Mets 18.5 back. The Phils still tied with the Diamondbacks for the last NL wildcard spot. The loss means the Braves have now lost the season series to the last place Mets.
And it's my fault.
I'm sure it is.
I got home
Speaking of new Braves, did you watch it again last night?
I got home last night and I did my stuff and I started cooking my dinner and I said, I'm going to watch a Braves game. And certain enough, I turned on the freaking Braves game and the guy gets a signal and knocks in a run. I said, okay, I'm going to stop watching. The Braves are down in the first inning. The Braves were one run down. I said, I'm not going to watch anymore. So I went back to the Fox thing, watched Jesse or whatever it was in a thing, or a fill-in guy. And then I came back again and I watched the grand slam home run when I came back the second time to watch the Braves.
You are banned
in the first inning. I can't watch anymore. I can't even support the Braves
until
anymore.
November to watch
November
any
10th.
Braves game.
That's right. I'll do better. It's my fault. It's my fault.
Okay. Speaking of new Braves reliever Brent Suter, we're now finding out how he and the other Angels players found out they were traded. It was an off day. Mike Trout had taken several teammates to play golf at his country club. While waiting to tee off, the Halos GM called some of them to say, hey, you've been traded. Suter was with the guys at the tee box when his phone rang. It was the general manager saying, you've been traded to the Atlanta Braves. It was the first time Suter had ever been traded. So what was Suter's first question to his GM upon hearing the news? Can I finish the round? Can I golf? The GM answered, yes, then said, hit them straight.
I'll be damned. Well, that's pretty cool.
And speaking of the Angels, they fired pitching coach Mike Maddox, brother of Greg, the assistant pitching coach, and bullpen coach, too. Ooh. The Halos ranked 24th in ERA at 4.53 and have given up the most bases on balls this season at 508. The Falcons signing former Gamecocks tight end Nick Muse. They also waived injured receiver Lameek Brockington and linebacker Malik Verdon. Tua Tagovailoa was 7 for 7 in 11-on-11 team drills today up in Flowery Branch. And the defense has some injuries. Safety Jesse Bates III with his back, inside linebacker Divine Diablo, and defensive back Natron Brooks and cornerback Avion Terrell all missed practice today. Defensive tackle Deshaun Hand has been out since last week. So the Falcons have signed veteran running back Trey Sermon to add depth. I believe it was with Oklahoma, wasn't he? Tracy seems.
I don't know that name.
The Bears have signed former Falcons disgruntled wide receiver Ray McLeod III, one of the great names of all time.
Yes.
The Vikings have named Kyler Murray their starting quarterback over J.J. McCarthy. No surprise. Former NFL quarterback Cam Newton is backing up Steelers quarterback Aaron Rodgers' claim that during COVID, many players and coaches used fake vaccine cards to get by. Last week on ESPN's Pat McAfee show, Rodgers went off on Dr. Fauci, pleading the fifth over 100 times before Congress. Rodgers saying, I remember seeing some of the vax cards. It was like written in crayon. I'm like, all right, so we're going to pass that off as legitimate, but we unvaccinated are going to be second-rate citizens over here. I got to wear a yellow armband, train in the back, can't be around more than 3 people, Rodgers said. Yeah. So yesterday, Newton said, if we're being honest, going back to 2020, there were multiple players, coaches, and execs that fraudulently got that COVID shot. Yes, I said it. I knew multiple people in that locker room did not get the COVID shot, but they got a card that they paid for. Boy, nurses was making big bank, but that card and that little stamp man, folks, was trying to get in that club.
Wow. Big time. It's Cam Newton.
It's all a scam. It's all a joke.
Yes, sir.
The NBA announced which teams will be playing on Christmas Day. Don't worry, Hawks players. You'll be warm and dry at home opening the presents with the kids.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Maverick star Cooper Flagg's much-coveted one-of-one numbered rookie debut patch autograph card was found in Rhode Island last night.
What?
Members of Rhodey Breakers, a division of the Baseball Cards of Rhode Island retail shop, who opened boxes of trading cards on a live stream for their clients, were on the stream when they pulled the much-sought-after card. The Mavs have put a bounty on it, an offer that includes 2 Mavericks premium season tickets for 32 years, a signed game-worn Flag rookie jersey, plus a post-game photo with the star, a private photo shoot with the Rookie of the Year trophy, and an expenses-paid road trip with the team And that's just some of what they're doing, all for a card.
All right, now wait a minute. Is the card anonymously sent to any store in the? I don't understand how
It was put in a pack, supposedly by secret, so it could be sent anywhere in the country, maybe the world, and somebody has to find it.
I'll be darned! Holy moly!
Meanwhile, golfer Charles Schwartzel learned that bass like to eat anything during his Live Golf New York at Trump National Golf Club Bedminster tourney over the weekend. His tee shot on the 134-yard par 3 7th hole landed on the green, spun backward, and rolled toward the water. And someone or something was waiting for it. The instant Schwartzel's ball hit the pond, a fish, seemingly a largemouth bass, exploded from the water and gobbled it up like someone had just tossed it a lure. Outkick.com says largemouth bass are ambush predators whose normal menu includes fish, crayfish, and frogs. They also take live baits, including lizards, insects, and even small mice when given the opportunity. And Titleist, I'm sure. Now, golf's rules generally say there is no penalty when an outside influence, including an animal, moves a ball at rest and the ball is ordinarily replaced. But 2011 Masters Champions ball had already entered the penalty area, so he ultimately took relief, a one-stroke penalty before making bogey. Someone, when they catch that bass, is going to get quite the surprise when they skin it.
But that's what I used to catch when I'm fishing every day when I played golf down in Florida when I was retired. And the course had all these lagoons on it, and I would have 2 fishing poles in my car, and I would stop on the way home every day when I played golf, and I would go fishing and catch a largemouth bass.
You were gator bait. You know that, right?
I know. I do know that, yeah.
I'm surprised you weren't pulled in. August 11th, 1919, the Green Bay Packers Football Club, founded by George Calhoun and Curly Lambeau, named after a sponsor, the Indian Packing Company. 1929, at League Park in Cleveland, Babe Ruth hits Willis Hudlin's first delivery in the second inning over the right field fence, number 500 home run. The Bambino has more than twice the number of round trippers than the Phillies' Cy Williams, who's number 2 on the all-time list with 237.
Wow.
So you talk about Shohei, and he's the unicorn man of our lifetime.
Yeah, he is.
But Babe Ruth was the man who reinvented baseball.
That's true.
1951, WCBS TV televises the first baseball game broadcast in color. A Dodgers win over the visiting Braves in the first game of a twin bill. Brooklyn's Ralph Branca outpitching Boston's Warren Spahn. 1955, Ted Williams collected his 2000th career hit with a first-inning bloop single off Bob Turley in the Red Sox loss at Yankee Stadium. The 36-year-old outfielder, who missed 5 seasons due to military service in his prime, will finish a 19-year Hall of Fame career in 1960 with 2,654 hits. He'd have easily gotten 3,000. Might have even passed the Babe in home runs. Grock says he averaged 27 homers a year. So the Splendid Splinter would have 656 long balls at the end, but he likely would have hit more than 27 a season because he was in his prime during those years. In fact,
and that
in 1949,
ballpark too.
Not in Fenway. No, that left field, that right field is bad for left. That's why the Yankees and the Red Sox owners got drunk one night and tried to trade DiMaggio for Williams because both would have fit the other ballpark better.
Ballpark, yeah. Sure.
And they sobered up the next day. In 1949, before he went to fly jets in the Korean War, Ted Williams hit 49 homers. I firmly believe he would have passed the Babe first.
Yeah, I totally believe it. Absolutely.
1961, in front of packed County Stadium in Milwaukee, Warren Spahn scattered 6 hits to beat the Cubs 2-1 for his 300th victory. The 40-year-old Brave southpaw, who finished his career with 363 wins, the most of any lefty in the game's history, is the 13th major leaguer to get that milestone. 1968, Satchel Paige, at 62 years old, needing 158 days on an MLB payroll to qualify for a pension, signed by who?
Oh, wow.
Doesn't pitch. He's a coach. How does he get his pension? Who signed him?
I don't have
Remember,
any
this
idea.
is 1968.
68?
Probably the height of racism in America.
Maybe Charlie Finley or someone like that.
The Atlanta Braves signed him.
Well, there you go. Excellent.
That's right. The city too busy to hate. 1969, future Hall of Fame pitcher Don Drysdale, the last L.A. Dodger to play in Brooklyn, retired because of damage to his right pitching shoulder. Got that. And birthdays on this day in 1778, Friedrich Ludwig John, German educator and founder of the Turnverein movement, born in Lanz, Brandenburg, Prussia. For what Jay has in the box, what is the Turnverein movement?
I don't have any idea. Turn Marine.
And don't say it was Friedrich did after eating a plate of Wiener Schnitzel.
No, I don't know. It would be I don't know. I can't imagine.
Gymnastics.
Oh,
1772. Before then, no gymnastics. In 1928, Bill Bartholomew, businessman, owner of the Milwaukee Atlanta Braves from 62 to 76.
Yeah.
Born in Chicago. And Hulk Hogan passed away on this date.
Yeah. I remember
I'm
that.
just kidding. It's his birthday. It's Hulk Hogan's birthday. Yeah. He was born in 1953 in Augusta, Georgia, of all places.
By the way, one day I want you to explain to me what a pitching coach does and how you can ever have a pitching coach who has a theory about good pitching, because every pitcher is different and every club is different. I don't know how a pitching coach does a job.
Well, read Jim Bouton's Ball 4, and he called Johnny Sain the greatest pitching coach of all time. And he was in the Braves organization too, Johnny Sain.
I remember the
And the way he would deal with pitchers is totally different than a lot of things that went on. And Leo Mazzoni's methods probably wouldn't be used today.
Yeah.
Pitching in between games.
I know.
In between games.
And same with hitting coaches. I mean, how in the world do you pull that off with every player's different and wants his own? I mean, it's just
and
amazing.
they have their own hitting coaches at home too.
Right. Yeah. Anyway, Pete Davis, bring
how Leo just used to rock back and forth.
rocking back and forth.
And then Bobby would just be right next to him.
Yeah. Man, those were the days. All right, boys. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230 if you want to join us here on 106.3. Yes, look out.
Fighting the communists with truth every day on the only conservative news and talk station in Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Well, protecting your stuff. I've had a couple of examples recently where, thank goodness, I have a safe Atlanta Safe House style, because you know what? Atlanta Safe House helped me decades ago, my first Browning gun safe. They have Browning and Fort Knox safes. They've got 500 of them right now at Atlanta Safe House, new location on Union Hill Road in Alpharetta. 500 of them. You know what that means at all the top brands? That means they have rebates and sales and specials all the time. And if you're not sure what you keep safe, you're not sure what's right for you, they'll tell you, they'll show you. Look them up on the web, atlantasafehouse.com. Big safes and teeny safes, pistol safes, bows and arrows, jewelry drawers, hidden things. They can build you a vault door, and nobody's getting your master reset code either. If there's somebody delivering a safe to your home or business or whatever, it's going to be either an off-duty military, police, fire person, something like that. People you can trust with your stuff, just like you can trust Atlanta Safe House to take care of your stuff for you too. As I found out the hard way, without a safe down on Florida, when I retired, I lost stuff and it cost me money. No more. Kids know where to find the living will, and if I have any money left, stuff like that. Check them out, atlantasafehouse.com.
Hey folks, big news. The Echo one-day sale is heading to Howard Brothers next month. Wednesday, September 16th. Visit your local Howard Brothers for fantastic deals on Echo power equipment. That means Echo chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, and more. Whether you're a pro on the job or a weekend warrior, Echo Tools will help you get that project done right. Mark your calendar, grab your crew, and head to one of the 7 Howard Brothers locations on September 17th for the Echo one-day sale. One day of big savings you don't want to miss.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
With all the rain we've had lately, excess moisture can build up in your home, leaving it feeling sticky and muggy, even when your air conditioner's running. That's why Central Heating and Air Conditioning recommends Whole House Dehumidifier. It works with your HVAC system to remove excess moisture throughout your home, helping improve comfort, reduce musty odors, and create a healthier indoor environment. And if it's time for a new system, now's a great time to upgrade. Qualified homeowners can receive up to $2,700 in carrier rebates and up to 60 months of 0% financing with approved credit. Since 1947, Georgia families have trusted Central Heating and Air Conditioning for dependable comfort. Call 770-GET-HEAT. That's 770-GET-HEAT. Or go to centralheat.com. Turn to your Atlanta carrier experts at Central Heating and Air Conditioning, delivering carrier comfort for the world we share.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Of all the radio ads I've ever done, I only advertised one thing that I think saved my life. My CPAP machine, sleep apnea. And I found the best CPAP dealer out there ever, Roddy at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. CPAPsETC.com. Everything you need, all the supplies, shipped anywhere at a price that often beats insurance. CPAPsETC.com. Go take a peek now.
Anyone can choose to make a difference. You can help people succeed, rebuild after disasters, protect the environment, or feed the hungry. Not only will you make a difference for others, but for yourself. You can earn money for college, learn career skills, and make friendships that last a lifetime. Make a difference. Choose your future. Choose AmeriCorps.
Sponsored by AmeriCorps.
Hey, this is Lowe's with Terry from Alpharetta, who just purchased a new car with the Honest Car Guy, the new, fully transparent, honest way to buy your next vehicle. Terry, tell us about your experience.
I have a son serving in the military. He's active duty with limited time to look for a car. My son was looking for a used Hyundai Veloster, and I had heard about the Honest Car Guy on the radio, decided that might be a route to go, and we made a phone call over the weekend. He screen shared the information with us. We looked over the vehicle, and he took the reins from there, and they were able to walk us through the process of buying the car. We're very clear and transparent, and next thing we knew, we had a car in the driveway.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Look out now. Here we go. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder in that Jackson 5. Back in the day, 1969, Motown introduced its new group. Listen to Little Michael. God, I'd forgotten what a little boy he was. 1969, Motown introduces the Jackson 5 to tastemakers and industry types at a party in Beverly Hills. The party was hosted by Diana Ross. 1969, the new group Jackson 5 lived up to the hype. One of the top acts of 1970 and of all time, for that matter. Good heavens. Jackson 5. Well, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, our birthday list includes Marilyn Vos Savant. I saw this and I remember her because if you're of a certain age, you may remember Parade Magazine. And Parade Magazine used to have a column by called Ask Marilyn, I believe. And it was by Marilyn Vos Savant. Pete, do you know that name? You're probably familiar. Do you know that? No? Flounder, do you ever heard of that name, Marilyn Vos Savant?
I have not.
Marilyn Vos Savant, got to be a certain age. She's 80 years old. She used to be doing a column. Used to do a column in Parade Magazine. The reason that she was significant and why I'm mentioning her birthday is Marilyn Vos Savant has the highest recorded IQ ever tested in history. 228 is her IQ. Genius is 140, if I'm not mistaken. Her IQ is 228, the highest measured IQ ever. It's in all the record books. And this is also interesting. Marilyn Vos Savant, 80 years old today, was married to Robert Jarvik for 38 years. Robert Jarvik is the guy who invented the artificial heart. I mean, what a couple. Can you 38 years together? Can you imagine their conversations?
The Pentagon and IBM lined up to recruit their kids.
I was going to say,
like college football.
I mean, holy moly. Robert Jarvik and the woman with the highest IQ. Holy moly. 38 years together, too. I mean, I just think that's a wonderful story. And she's 80 years old, Marilyn Vos Savant.
6 happy ones.
And she was called, probably 8 or 10 happy altogether. Well, if you the early ones and then the late ones. And again, if you ever get a chance to see her column, it was called Ask Marilyn, and she would know stuff. So anyway, now whether she had to look everything up, I don't know what the deal is. Let's see. An update here. That Mangione trial is coming up here before too long. Robert Mangione, he's the one who murdered. We can say it because he's not listening. Murdered the healthcare CEO. Assassination, shot him in the back, and the judge has now ruled that they are going. The jury will remain anonymous. And nobody will know their names or addresses or anything except the people involved, lawyers involved in the case. They're very, very worried about his girlfriends showing up. Women all over the place want to have sex with Robert Mangione, the murderer, the assassin. He has fan clubs and everything, and they're going to be going up into court. And the prosecutor's saying, now, wait a minute, Judge, we got to do something. The judge is allowing for an overflow crowd. He's going to have extra space for the media. And apparently one of the other media complaints, we talked about some media complaints today, one of the other media complaints is that I guess the prosecutor is hand-picking what reporters will sit where and get the juiciest stuff. Or I don't know. But again, here we go.
An over-under, how many times he has to clear the courtroom from these women yelling at
good question. Yeah, good signs and stuff, or maybe show themselves, or who knows? I mean, this is sick. It's just sick.
Circus.
Yeah.
Sorry. What is wrong with women that love killers like that?
I know. How many?
Ramirez is in those.
Yeah,
and it's not going to take place for a year.
Well, actually, no. It starts in September, I believe. And they haven't even picked a jury yet, so that's going to take. Boy, can you imagine what that's going to go?
Tax dollars being pissed away.
Yeah. Well, it's already been months and months. In fact, I forgot the date this happened. Let's see if it even mentions it from just looking up city. Trial managers have done. Let's see. Isn't that funny? The story. Doesn't say what he said. What he did was accused of opposing motions. Oh, this is amazing. And it's not even mentioned the date of when it happened. Oh my God. His lawyer spoke this thing more than 80 minutes. Differences in jury questionnaire. Faced difficulty in the thing. The prosecution doesn't want to hide full. And Mangione's defense team. And let's see, 20% of the people surveyed believe that even if he did it was justified. That's another sick part of it. Here we go. Thompson, the father, a 50-year-old father from Minnesota, was walking to business conference when the man fired multiple bullets into his back December 4th, 2 years ago, 2024, Manhattan. Anyway, speaking of jury, hey, Flounder, is Mrs. Flounder on it? It's in Miss Veronica was going to be out of jury. Was it a jury trial, or what was that going on?
She was summoned to jury duty yesterday, and she had to go back today because her, I have groups, 1 through 5 or whatever, and her group went to the last, we're going to pick your number. If you hear your number called, that means you're on the juror. And unfortunately, her number, I forget it was 18 or 19, and they called 17. They did 16, 17. 21.
Now, have you talked to her? Did they ask her questions about, have you ever, did you know the victim?
She had asked questions about insurance, family background, all kinds of stuff.
Can you say what kind of case it was? But we don't know the people involved.
I believe it was some kind of domestic murder.
Wow. And now how'd you feel about that? I've been on a couple of jury. I was a jury foreman, but I've never been on a murder trial.
I think at first, when it's a day off work in a sense, because you get your
or a lot more than that.
The minute she was in downtown, she hated it. having to park your car, take the bus, and do all that. And you're dealing with Fulton County. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, that's where I went. My two juries.
Avenue.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Fulton County.
She said it was so mismanaged and just, the organization was just non-existent.
Yeah.
What a shock.
Yeah. In fact, I'll tell you, I loved being on a jury. I thought it was great. I took it very seriously, and honestly, I think it's the best. And in fact, I'm 80 years old, and they don't want me on a jury, plus for what I do for a living. But I think it was an honor. I think it was great. I think it was a wonderful experience. Being on the jury, not trying to get there and get out again, but actually being on the jury, I think.
I had a good experience in DeKalb County. That was long about 30 years ago, but it was a good experience.
Yeah. Well, mine too actually was in Fulton County, but it was in 1991 or something. So a whole different story. But anyway, jury duty. Don't shy away from it. And by the way, now this trial for this guy is probably going to last for several weeks, I would assume. Now in that case, I think it's still law. I don't know whether it's a national law. I think most states have a law about jury duty where if you're summoned to jury duty and get picked on a jury, I think the law says you cannot be fired and your boss has to keep paying you, I think, maybe, or so. I'm not sure what the rules are. I wonder.
Well, I guess they let you off if you can prove that the business is going to go under if you're not there.
Yeah. Well, that's people can say, Judge, if I'm on this jury, I'll lose my job. And I think, but again, I thought it was, well, it's, again, I don't know what the rules are. I don't know whether your company has to put in a leave of absence or whether they are allowed to fire you, because this thing could go on for weeks and months. I mean, who knows? The length of these things. And again, I don't know whether you get paid. You get, what, $50 or $20 a day?
So I guess
or
doctors and nurses are exempt. They don't have to do jury duty?
I think that's probably true. And I think, and if you get a certain age, I think if you're over 70, I think you're exempt.
Well, that's the best people. They got nothing else to do, and they're smart.
Right, and they've been around. They've seen life. They've have experiences. I think I'd be a great juror again, still at my age.
Professional juror.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. I like it.
You could be, if you moved out where I live, you could be a rural juror.
A rural juror. That's my next goal. 106.3. Go Braves. More coming up. Let's do a game. We got a game. Okay, there we go.
If you listen to Extra, share it with a friend. It's how we grow and how we can reach everyone in the Atlanta community that believes in the American way of life. If you value the station, help us grow by telling someone about the Extra 106.3 app.
Atlanta Braves Alumni Weekend is back August 14th and 15th, presented by your local Ford dealer. The celebration begins Friday with alumni autographs before the game. Meet your favorite Braves legends and have a chance to take home an autograph before heading to your seats for a special pregame ceremony introducing this year's roster of alumni. From Chipper Jones and Andrew Jones to Brian McCann and more, it's your chance to celebrate the players who helped build Braves history. Then on Saturday, the excitement continues with the Braves Legends Parade. Line Battery Avenue and cheer on the legends as they make their way into Truist Park. It's one of the best opportunities to see your favorite former Braves up close. And new this year is MLB X, a fresh take on the Home Run Derby. Teams feature a Braves alumnus, an Athletes Unlimited Softball League player, and a player from either UGA or Georgia Tech. They'll compete in a swing-off to crown the champions. Visit Braves.com/alumni weekend for all the details and list of alumni in attendance. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves country.
Toyota's national sales event is happening now through August 31st at Marietta Toyota. Thinking about going electric? Well, the 2026 Toyota BZ gives you an all-electric Toyota with no gas stops, a quiet commute, the confidence of buying from a dealership you know. For drivers who want to spend less time at the pump and more time enjoying the drive, BZ is a smart way to try all-electric without leaving Toyota behind. Every new Toyota includes a nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty. That's unlimited time and unlimited mileage as long as you own it. We've been voted Best of COP for 2026, Best New Car Dealership, Best Service Center. For well-qualified buyers, special financing is available on the new 2026 Toyota BZ, 0% APR for up to 72 months through August 31st. Visit us on Cobb Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium, Marietta Toyota. Since 1975, we've been here and we'll be here for you.
0% APR for 72 months with approved credit through SCTF. Not all buyers qualify. Offer ends 8/31/26. See dealer for details. All prices exclude tax, tag, and title and include $699 dock fee and $257 electronic tag fee.
The future of business in Georgia is bright, and Georgia Power is a driving force behind the businesses and organizations that are vital to the growth of the state. Just ask Mike Plant, President and CEO of the Braves Development Company.
There's 7 power cubicles that power the ballpark and the battery. And when we're building everything with 8 different contractors and this site's on fire, one of my guys came in one day and said, "Hey, we need to figure out where we're going to put these cubicles." I said, "All right, what do they do?" They said, well, that's all the power and the juice for the whole stadium. We're going to need to work with Georgia Power. They need a location. Right away, they saw our vision. They got our vision. They understood it, and they knew they needed to be a big part of that. And that's what I love about working with them is I've never heard no from them. I've always heard them say, all right, I understand your vision. I understand what you're trying to accomplish. Give us a little time. We'll come back to you with a plan.
To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping businesses big and small, visit GeorgiaPower.com and tune in all year to discover how they're powering the future of Georgia.
America! Chuck, yeah! Chuck and Shack Oyster Bar is celebrating the red, white, and blues all summer long with our America 250 summer menu. We're talking Cyclone char-grilled oysters, Route 66 smash burgers, crab meat boardwalk fries, and USA-inspired cocktails. Raise a glass and cheers to 250 years of the U.S. of A. at Chuck and Shack Oyster Bar. Locally owned in downtown Alpharetta and Cumming, across from the collection. Find your location and details at theshuckandshack.com.
I'm Patrick Brown, former Army Ranger in the United States Army. Like many service members, I had to make difficult choices when leaving the military, and the most challenging thing was finding purpose in a new phase of life. Housing, employment, education, way too many decisions and no idea where to start. That was until I met the Warrior Alliance. They made it simple. They listened and quickly connected me to the services I needed. And like a trusted friend, they even followed up to make sure I was squared away. Change a veteran's life today by donating at thewarrioralliance.org, helping warriors navigate to success after service.
On the fence about a fence? Hi, this is Jared with Accent Fence. Make the right choice and call Accent Fence. Whether it's wood, aluminum, vinyl, composite, steel, or chain link, Accent Fence can build you the perfect fence for your home. And with no money down financing available, now is the time to get your new fence. Explore fence options and read all of our 5-star Google reviews at accentfence.net. Then call and set up your free in-home consultation at 770-995-7463. For a fence that lasts, visit accentfence.net.
Yes.
I do apologize. I'm just realizing this is the last song we're ending with.
Just for you, Pete Davis.
The loveliness of Paris.
Oh my!
Seems somehow.
That's why I'm frozen here.
He's frozen on the screen
I'm throwing my
He just can't get out of his frozen funk.
That'd be a great album cover. Look at that. I love
terribly alone and forgotten in Manhattan.
Forgotten in Manhattan.
I'm going home.
He's going home. Where are you going,
everywhere.
Tony? And why are you going?
City.
Where's it? By the what? A city by the bay. Why? How come?
I left my heart.
He left his heart in San Francisco. Tony Bennett, 1962.
San Fran.
Columbia Records released Once Upon a Time with this song, I Left My Heart in San Francisco. It was on the B-side. But the DJ started flipping it over to play this B-side, resulting in San Francisco, the song peaking on U.S. charts at number 19. Became Tony Bennett's signature song, won a Grammy for Record of the Year and Best Male Solo Record.
Those were horrible music times.
Kipper, Pete, and Flounder. A quick birthday here. Ian McDiarmid. Ian McDiarmid is 82. Ian McDiarmid is 82. The Emperor / Darth Sidious / Supreme Chancellor Palpatine / in the Star Wars movies.
Yep.
There you go. Ian, whatever his thing there was. And also, on this day in 1984, President of the United States Ronald Reagan starts World War III. Flounder, if you will, sir. Ronald Reagan.
My fellow Americans, I'm pleased to tell you today that I've signed legislation that will outlaw Russia forever. We begin bombing in 5 minutes.
Yes, that was a joke to radio technicians during a sound check preparing to give his weekly Saturday radio address on National Public Radio. After hearing about the comment, the Soviet Far East Army was placed on alert and stayed that way for half an hour, afraid that it might have been real. Well, Ronald Reagan was a former actor, as you know, and the Russia joke was considered a political gaffe. But it wasn't the first thing he'd done. When he was governor of California, they responded to student protesters at Berkeley by saying, if there has to be a bloodbath, then let's get it over with. Or 1980 campaign quip. A recession is when your neighbor loses his job. A depression is when you lose yours. And recovery is when Jimmy Carter loses his. Of course, when he got shot in March of 1981, Nancy got to his side at the hospital and he says, honey, I forgot to duck. By the way, we don't know what Soviet leaders thought of Reagan's joke, but it boosted his opinion slightly, and he was able to beat Democrat hopeful Walter Mondale for his second term in 1985. So that was a good thing there. By the way, speaking of politics, we got a game. In fact, hell, let's.
You're not going to have time for the game.
Oh, is the game too long?
As always, you go too long.
Well, crap.
Other stuff. And you do this every time. So I don't even pull up the quiz.
Well, you were
you're not going to get to it.
You were frozen. I couldn't get to it because you're frozen. So I couldn't tell if you were still there. It's a horrible
That's
thing.
my next album cover right there.
You're frozen. Frozen Pete. The way it should be. Well, okay. Well, I'll continue with a quick politics thing here for a second. In fact, we got a Flounders Funny coming up here in about a minute, or less than a minute. That girl, that Francesca Hong chick in Wisconsin, the social commie, wants to be the Wisconsin governor. More posts of hers have been revealed now from her past in 2022. She said, I want this country to stop being an abundance of suffering, but a wealth of opportunity. She said, we can do this by providing equal rights to black and brown folks. Elect more black and brown folks who won't be racist obstructionists. We can do better and do that so much more. This is the same chick who wanted to cancel Thanksgiving. Oh, also, that was in Wisconsin. In the Minnesota primaries, a quick note, one of the candidates, a Democrat candidate, got caught supporting the Laken Riley bill. And now she's apologized, saying, I wish I hadn't done it. Please don't hold it against me for the Democrat, for a congressional seat in Minnesota. Hey, Flounder, how about a Flounder's Funny? One more good one here before we adios out of here. What do you think?
I feel like I'm a good messenger to fight against what is clearly a rise of homophobia amongst young men over the last couple of years. So how do you sneak in a message about homophobia? Well, recently, I was driving in my car, and a commercial came on, and it mentioned pineapple on pizza. And I was triggered. Because I'm sure you know this, but New Yorkers are very aggressively against pineapple on pizza. Now, I had never heard of pineapple on pizza before I moved to Ireland. And Irish people are very pro-pineapple. And honestly, I thought it was the most disgusting thing I'd ever heard of in my life. I was about 20 years old, and I gave in. And I took a bite of a Hawaiian slice, and it changed my life. I love pineapple on pizza. I love it. Yeah. I'm a pineapple guy.
Wrong.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But I made the mistake.
Wrong.
I was telling my friends back in New York, I was like, guys, you're not going to believe this. You know what's amazing on pizza? Pineapple. They were like, you don't put pineapple on pizza. It's not where the pineapple goes. It's not natural. Even though the rational response would be, wow, really? You're into pineapple? Ugh, I am not into it, but hey, I think it's great that you found a topping that you like. And isn't it wonderful that even our taste buds have diversity? And really, what I like on my slice and what you like on your slice doesn't really matter because I'm not eating your slice anyway, so what the has it got to do with me? And I got to be honest with you. I've never understood the controversy around pineapple because here's the truth. It's just sweet and savory. And I've watched the Food Network, okay? Sweet and savory and the modern culinary tradition is not controversial, right? And other sweet and savory things do not elicit the same ire that pineapple on pizza induces. Do you know what the hot thing in pizza is now? Hot honey. Like pepperoni, jalapeno, and hot honey. Oh, everyone's putting hot honey on everything now. And I want to point out, I'm a big hot honey fan. But I also want to point out to the pineapple haters that hot honey is sweet and savory. It's the same thing. But it's not getting the anger of pineapple. People are like, you don't put pineapple in it. It's not a dessert. And I'm starting to think that some of these people who are so aggressively against pineapple on pizza are afraid that if they try it, they'll like it.
And that is
Mr. Des Bishop.
There we go. All right, boys. Tomorrow, hump day. We do it all over again. Go Braves. I will not watch you. I'll listen to 680. Just go for a win.
That's the way to do it. Ben Ingram.
There you go. Christine, sing me home, baby. I got to go. You're coming.
streaming across Georgia on the Extra 106.3 app. This is WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.